Hello, everybody. Hope all is well on this lovely Saturday evening. Chat with Al. We have some special guests with us. Hello, everybody. Hope all is well. Someone's got the echo. Anyway, so with us tonight, we have Will from W Vogs. We have King Icky Boo, and we have the
Headphones
OG.
on again.
And we have the OG, the original Grognard. In the chat, we have Robbie Wartburg, Fan-O-Matic. Thank you for joining us. Hope all is well. All righty, so let's go to Will. How's it going, Will?
Good. Did a card show recap today. Think I picked up really nice stuff, and couldn't help but do a recap. I think the viewers are gonna love it, and I think they're gonna love it as much as I loved going to it, and more excited than I went.
Yeah, card show.
Oh yeah, big.
So like a big card show, and you did a video on that. You said, right? So we're gonna get that
Yes.
in the chat after. So I'll go to your channel and put it in.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, it was. I spent 5 hours there.
What was? Don't give it away because we're gonna put it in the chat. But what was something that surprised you there?
It was funny. I was talking to this guy on Instagram. His name is, and he was like, "Hey, my name's Joseph." I'm like, "Do I know you, man?" He's like, "Oh, my name is this on Instagram." I'm like, "Oh, you're this guy. I love your content on Instagram, like your cards and stuff." He's like, "I appreciate that, man." I'm like, "You mind if I hang out with you for the day?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." So, yeah, it's a great community of the card collecting and the sports, Sims, and everything sports related on YouTube is always so unique in its own genre.
Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm gonna get that in the link in the chat. The link. Oh God, I'm thinking like ahead as
It's
I'm putting.
okay.
If anyone watched the baseball game I did, I was like, if you could see me, like if I was on video, I'm like making these faces, going, "Al, slow down. You're putting things in front of the other." It's just Anyhow, Bobby Cantolano and Sports Time Machine are in the chat, and Dave Gardner. Hope all is well. Maybe we'll have Bobby join us. She can read the chat. That way we can just not pay attention to it. I'm kidding.
I know, right?
So now, thank you, Will, very much. We're going to go to a new contributor to this Chat with Al, but someone I've followed for a very, very long time. A wonderful member of the FOC, as W Vogs is. King, and I'm going to say the name right, King Icky Boo. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
So tell us about your channel, which is a wonderful sports sim channel, and what's going on and what you've loaded up, and how did you get involved in the sports or the sim community on YouTube?
So, I don't know, it's my first time on here. So how do I get so I don't hear three different voices at once?
Okay, what you want to do, that's a good question. What you want to do is you want to mute YouTube. You will hear me through the headphones. Right, OG?
Yeah. Yep, mute you on YouTube, and if you've got the Discord, if you're in our Discord and have clicked on Al's link in Discord, that'll open it up as well, and so you'll have to mute that and turn that off as well. So yeah, if you've got the YouTube channel open to follow along with chat, make sure the volume's off.
Yeah. That's okay.
That did it. I can hear just one now.
Yeah, because it becomes very distracting. I could see something because you're like, you look like me, like when I was like in 8th grade and they're trying to teach me geometry. I was like,
yeah, that's right. Anyway, my channel. What do you want to know again?
Tell us about your lovely channel. I love it, King Icky Boo. How'd you get involved? How'd you decide you want to do YouTube and the sports sim stuff? Because you're great. Love it.
And how did you come up with the name? And how did you come up with the name King Icky Boo?
Okay. Well, let's see. The first question first. I started about 6 years ago. I don't know. There was a guy by the name of David Moss, and I don't see him doing much videos anymore, but he did some very educational type videos and showing you how to do the games or how to play the games. and I thought, hey, that's a good idea to make videos. But I thought I'd do more of the broadcasting part of it. And so that's what I did. I did broadcasting, and I did it for about 3 years, and I stopped basically because my son came to live with me, and I didn't feel comfortable, as I did doing it as I did before. But since then, he's still living with me, but I learned to accept it. So I got back into it about 6 months ago, and I've been doing it ever since. And all of a sudden, when I came back, there's lots of people doing it, so it's great. And there's this community that we're in. So, but the name King Icky Boo came when I was in college. I was doing research papers. Oh,
that's okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead, King. That's okay.
Am I on? Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So I was doing research papers, and I always did them the last minute. Did them all night, and I was in a Bible college, right? So the class was Old Testament prophets or something, and I had a real hard time with this one, doing it all night. And so I just started making up stuff. I made up this King Icky Boo on my research paper, and so ever since then, I was called King Icky Boo. So
that is amazing. I love that name.
So you actually put that name on your research paper?
Yeah.
You need to get.
I was so delirious from lack of sleep that I just made up this king in this research paper, and I still got an A. I don't know how, but
they're probably sitting there going, "I'm flipping through the Old Testament now. You sure there's a King Icky Boo in there? Oh yeah, there's a King Icky Boo."
You should get someone, a fan of your channel, to draw out what King Icky Boo would look like.
Well, he uses. What is that character? Your meme. I don't. What do you call that, OG? A meme? I don't know.
Avatar.
An avatar.
Yeah.
Thank God OG's here because.
Kif from Futurama.
That's what it is.
Oh
Futurama. Yeah. So
that's actually.
I just love that guy.
Yeah,
that's the man.
Everybody's had a crazy, annoying boss. Loves Kif.
Zap Brannigan. Oh, worst boss ever.
That is funny because the name. How many times, OG, have I've been saying, "Oh, there's King Itchy Boo, King."
I would have pronounced it Itchy Boo as well, just because I lived in Japan and ICHI is Ichi.
That's what I thought of. Now I wasn't living in Japan. I never lived in Japan. I was probably intoxicated the first time I tried to pronounce the name, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I love his channel. Thank you for coming on, and it's just great channel, and we're glad you're back doing the sports sims. And he just did an inside
Blitz.
the football inside blitz. Thank you, football game. And before we go to the OG, let me go to the chat real quick. We have Bobby Cantilano. Thank you, Phanomatic. Check out Bobby's channel, Phanomatic. Thrice-A-Roni. I love him. I love everyone, but
he's crazy.
He is in the card collecting community. Really wonderful channel. He did a live stream. It was about 9 minutes today. And he's a member of our community, whether he likes it or not now. He's an FOC for life, hopefully. And the wonderful shout outs, and he did it in it was a very unique way, and I liked it, where he goes, if you're a channel, put in channel, and I'll give you everyone subscribe to the channel. And that's how we're all going to grow to 1,000 subs and more. Just support one another. We also have Jonah Oliver. Thank you for joining us. Dave Gardner. Check out hockeytournaments.com and also his wonderful YouTube channel. And Sports Time Machine, that's Mr. Utah Mike, another wonderful channel.
I'm surprised Ron's not in the chat.
Ron's resting. He's getting prepared for the Masters at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
It's going to be a great final round.
Oh, my God, it is. And now let's go to the one, the only, the legend, the great one, the OG, the original Grognard, Devon!
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Devin, the OG, the original Grognard, specializing in military combat, historical simulations, and so much more. I think I hurt myself doing that.
That was awesome. It was awesome and viciously quick.
I love it. No, short and quick. It's great.
So,
that's not what she said.
No, yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, that's no,
bad.
Hey, I finally figured out who hired HR.
Who? It wasn't
the monkey. It was the monkey.
It was the monkey.
It was the monkey. He's trying to hire a new HR on us.
Oh no, monkey.
Well, the monkey's gonna get fired.
We can't fire the monkey. We never hired the monkey to begin with.
How does he show up for work all the time?
GGO keeps unlocking the door.
That's right. GGO, the white dye.
The two of them hang out together. Come on.
GGO has he has some issues, GGO.
GGO has some issues.
Lots of issues. Lots. He's the white dye. If you don't know who GGO is, this is GGO right here. He likes to jump the shark. Hello, everyone. I'm GGO. Do you have a white substance? Quiet. Jesus, my God. He can't put you on camera at all. So,
GGO.
Well, JD's in the chat. He has a link here. Him and Dog are going to break down some Star Wars episodes. Check that out.
Ooh.
That gets Dog intense talking about Star Wars. We're going to get him on again soon. Dog, he likes some Star Wars, and then the newer stuff is pretty much not good. And he gets a little upset about it, and we love him for that. Captain Carl's in the chat. How you doing, my friend?
What I want to know is what he gets upset more: is Indians blowing the World Series or the new Star Wars?
The new Star Wars.
I agree with OG.
I can see it.
He was a bit heated though. That was funny that night.
That was the funniest chat.
He just every once in a while he just pop in with stuff from I think it was 95, the year he was talking about when they blew, and he just would keep. No, was it?
No, it was 90, against the Cubs.
90. Oh yeah, the most recent 2016. Yeah, he would just jump in with random stats about the game.
He's like, I'm like, what? He's like,
JD says, "Don't worry, I'll get Dog to rant on episode 8." Of course you will. What time is that going to be on, JD?
Episode 9 looks interesting, but
that's my opinion. We hope it's good. It's Star Wars.
Did you see the trailer?
No, I can't. It pains me.
The Emperor's laugh is at the end. Let's just say that.
OG, did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I want to be mad. I want to be upset, but my caring for what Star Wars has become has completely died and burned out. I just can't generate any rage or anger or hatred towards it because it's my emotions for it are all dead.
And this is why we love OG. Hello, Teresa and Log Acta. Hope all is well. So, King Icky Boo, this isn't like one of my weekday ones when I go on like my marathons like this week, and I was tired. I didn't feel good yesterday. I would have done it. We kind of talk about everything. I'm going to be on my best behavior because of King Icky Boo for a while.
Why?
Oh, excellent. I love him. Excellent.
You just opened the door.
Yeah, you just opened Pandora's box with Alan. You can't get him back in after the. Now we like to bash Star Wars a bit, the new movies. Now the one thing you have to know about OG, I love him. He's my brother from across the coast, but he likes this certain Joker, and you're still going to be in the bunker at the end when it comes down to it, OG, because I love you.
I know.
So don't, but...
Have you seen the new trailer for the new Joker with the Joaquin Phoenix in it? It looks absolutely horrible. And you're telling me Jared Leto wasn't the Joker? Come on!
Okay, I don't want to bash Jared Leto, but we're going to bash Jared Leto.
I don't think his Joker... I didn't see the whole movie, but that Joker did not look good for Jared Leto.
Will, you've just earned yourself another performance on here with that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think... what's his face? The new Joker. If he does it like the Gladiator when he was the crazy emperor, like if he does that shtick, it'll be okay. I still like Heath Ledger the best. He's not coming back, unfortunately. He had an issue. He's never coming back.
You know what's another good movie he was in is I saw it way as a little kid. I'm 24. Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you just hear that, everyone? Wait! Just wait. That wait.
24.
Everyone. That's. Did you hear that? I was just a little kid then. I'm 24 now.
A Knight's Tale is a great story.
Oh, I remember that he was the
Knight. He was the main guy.
You know what else was a good movie? Did you guys ever? I liked it. It was kind of Brothers Grimm. Did you guys ever see that?
I heard that's a great movie.
It was actually slightly. they're taking like from the Grimm fairy tales, and they're basically going from town to town, hustling people, saying how they're going to save them from these creatures that really don't exist until they really come across these creatures that really exist, and they don't know how to deal with them. And they're like, hey, those are those guys, and they actually have to send them on a mission. They're like, oh my god. So that was kind of funny. No one saw the movie, so they're not gonna. We won't tell any jokes.
A movie that came out right around that time that I enjoyed was Hansel and Gretel, the remake of Hansel and Gretel. That was a good one.
That was pretty good.
When they grew up and became witch hunters.
Yep, that was. I liked that one actually.
Yeah.
Because they take from where they got captured as kids by a witch, and they become witch hunters.
Survive childhood, Hansel and Gretel, really?
Yes, in this movie they did. That's a good question. They were not like the Starks. They survived.
You know what? I want to know if I'm bringing up an old topic again. If our good friend King Ikibu likes Dog's favorite movie.
Oh, Ben-Hur.
Oh, yes.
Ben-Hur is a great movie.
It's one of the best ever.
Dog is jumping up and down wherever he's at. Ben-Hur is a great movie. That I'm going to be trying to get John St. Baptiste. Either I'm going to be on his channel or on here, and we're going to do scores. And I'd like to have him on here no matter what anyway, because I'd like to have OG on because he knows stuff about that too. Excuse me. See, when they say scores, I know what they mean, but I mean something different, like Bobby Orr. No, I don't mean
sports.
So, yeah, but what I mean, like, it's just the background music, and sometimes not even that, just the songs they pick. And I know that's not really the score; it's just, but Ben-Hur's music again, it sets the tone. Jaws sets the tone, right? Star Wars, the first one, really again, I don't want to go into all the Star Wars thing, but the first time I see that movie, I always remember that the music, the word, you start reading and then the music, so that sets the tone. Rocky, I don't know if that's a score exactly, or if it's more like the music that sets the tone. The Searchers, if anyone's ever seen The Searchers with John Wayne, the music, the background music, how it's very dark, and it's a great movie. And what was The Godfather again? The Godfather. No, that's okay. The Godfather again. I call it the score, but some of it's just the music, some of it's the back. Oh, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's one of my.
That's the one I was gonna just bring up. Nino, whatever his name is, phenomenal. A Cassidy of Gold is just mind blown amazing.
That is one of the best.
Phenomenal.
I want OG when you do the Gunslinger to do the shootout at the end. I want it exactly the same way. I
love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I saw it as maybe, I don't remember. My dad's like, "You're gonna watch this movie." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "This is
you know what else?
Good."
The one thing you can say about the spaghetti westerns, they set the atmosphere. They're really good at that. And because I watch so much of the Western Channel with my dad, there's some movies I watch I don't even know. I didn't know originally who some of the actors were. Now I see them and I know who they are. But a great one. It's a long movie, but Once Upon a Time in the West. Holy
I heard that's an amazing movie.
Henry Fonda plays Frank, and Frank is a very, very not nice human being. And in the chat, hold on, everyone. In the chat, we have the Cubs, the Bears. He says, years ago, when I scanned YouTube, the only channel with good sports gaming content, the King Ick. What an honor to see and hear you. The legend.
Oh, wow.
That's the Cubs, the Bears. No, King Icky Boo is phenomenal. Is phenomenal. I bow to the king. I bow. So he is phenomenal. And we have itinerant hobbyists in the chat. Please check out that wonderful military strategy channel. That's Devin's partner.
The thing is, I've seen all the movies that you're talking about, but I was dragged there and I don't know much about them really.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is amazing because I just love where they filmed it.
I believe that was in Devin. That was in Spain, right? That part of Spain that looks like the West.
I could have swore all the spaghetti westerns were filmed in Italy, but I could have filmed it in Spain. I know it was.
I think it's in Spain.
Yeah, they used a lot of. I know they used a lot of Italians, a director, producer. They were all
Beautiful,
Italian.
beautiful area.
Sergio Leone.
Sergio Leone, correct.
Yep. They, and there's
You don't.
it's just the ending of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is just
so good.
There are two types of people in this world.
In this world,
Those with loaded guns and will,
and those who dig,
and you
those who dig. No, I always grip my teeth. I'm like, there's two kinds of people in this world. Those without guns, and those who dig. You dig.
He was doing his Clint Eastwood there, folks.
It's horrible. I'm so bad.
I loved Lee Van Cleef.
What's it? Angel Eyes?
I love
Angel Eyes.
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef. He also plays. He can play a mean bad guy.
Who was the who played
Eli Wallach?
Other guy?
Eli Wallach played Tuco, right?
Eli.
Kevin?
Yep. Eli Wallach.
Tuco.
Yep, sounds right.
Tuco. Yep.
And then Tuco has. Again, classic line. When you got to shoot, don't talk.
If you're going to shoot somebody, shoot them. Don't talk.
Now, had the creators of James Bond, when they made the movies, took that advice, there would only be one James Bond movie. Because they always caught James Bond, right? And we joked about this before, and just like, just kill him. And again, I'm rooting for James Bond. I like James Bond. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting there going, these are the most. They come up with all these schemes, and it's like, why don't you just have someone when he's not looking shoot him?
Who's your James Bond?
Oh, good question.
I haven't seen all of them, but I kind of like Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig's very good.
Sean Connery.
Daniel Craig's very good, but I gotta go with Sean Connery. Now This is the way I go. This is where I go. I go Sean Connery and Daniel Craig. I really do like Daniel Craig. It's a different take on James Bond, though, not as glamorous. But Sean Connery was,
Speak of Sean Connery, we talked about this a few weeks ago. OG, do you know The Man Who Would Be King?
I've heard of it, yes.
Who's in it? Michael Caine and him.
Yeah, Michael Caine, Sean Connery, and the whole. I think you'd like the movie.
I think he would.
They're English soldiers, right? And they're kind of like.
Africa, aren't they?
No, they're in India.
India.
And they're hunting for gold. Basically, they're treasure hunters, and they come across where they can find gold. And they're trying to figure out how to. They actually get people to deserve it. It's a good.
They
movie.
think they're gods.
Yeah, in fact, Michael Caine met his wife.
I forgot about that.
On that movie,
How old's that movie?
60s. It's in the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's in the 60s.
My dad introduced me to so many good movies. The Sting.
Oh, that's OG.
That's a great movie.
Would the Sting, the music there, be considered the score in that?
Yes. Anything that's the background music that sets the mood and the tempo would be considered the score. Even if it's like a lyrical song, like they do in a lot of modern day movies, or even the James Bond movies where it's like, your eyes on that's
part of the score. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the score.
And that was a wonderful. We're gonna have OG sing that later.
No.
He's like, no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So then, like, even in Goodfellas, when they're playing the backup, the music on the radio.
That's part of the
Okay,
score.
so I am right with the score.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah.
I didn't know if the score was like the good, the bad, the ugly is like theme. You know what I mean? Like set the tone type of music. But even
the score is any music that's played in the movie. That's just by default. That's called the score.
Okay, let's go to the
chat. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I'll be back.
Yep, let's go to the chat real quick. He didn't mute. He didn't shut. So we're going on a trip with. Oh, there he goes. He did. Next thing we know, Will's in the bathroom going, "Will, no.
Turn his camera."
Everyone's frantically trying to. As Al Red Sox fan can ban himself for 90 days. He doesn't need help. It's happened. I don't need anyone's help to have
Rated X.
Yeah, rated. And then we'll be like, hey, you know what? We got 4 million views on that. So let's go to the chat real quick. And let's see what they have. Captain Kerr, he has movies. That's a good thing. I've heard a couple of people say that. Like when you have stuff on VHS, and now you have all these VHS tapes. You're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with them? So then I bought a DVD converter, right? And then like I have DVD, like I'm trying to convert stuff to DVD, and then you do that, and you're like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with these things? Because then the next thing comes out. It's pretty funny. Thrice Aroni, great channel, great channel. He says, thanks for having this chat while I'm sorting cards. And Will's come back, and thank God. Will, do you have clothes on? Please have clothes on.
Of course I'm back, and yes, I have clothes on. I think. No, I'm kidding.
You started walking away, and then like I think I know what I'm. Oh God, Will, just shut the camera. Don't go to the bathroom. And it was like, yeah, but you did. Anyway, we could have.
Hey, I'm good now. Hey,
all right, yes.
You know what's another good movie? That's war movie. My dad tried to make me watch some of it, and I watched some of it. I need to watch all of it. Is Empire of the Sun? Young John Malkovich and Christian Bale as a kid.
OG, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't.
Oh, is that in
Japanese?
Is that World War II?
Yeah,
internment camp.
It was the civilians in the internment camp.
I remember that movie. That is a pretty decent movie. Oh wow, who's in that? What young Bale?
Young Christian Bale as a kid. Wow. Yeah, I'm like,
I would not have. I would not.
My dad's like 60 years old. I'm like, Dad, who is that? He's like, well, that's Christian Bale. I'm like, no way. And he's like,
so
it is. Trust me.
Let's go back to the because it's in the chat. So we went with who's your favorite 007? Will said Daniel Craig, right?
Love Craig. Yeah, I respect Sean Connery. Like I have all the respect for the world for Connery.
So you have Daniel Craig, right?
Yes.
King Icky Boo, OG.
Connery.
OG.
See, I'm torn. I'm old school. I've always been old school. Yeah. Sean Connery is James Bond, but I love Pierce Brosnan. Roger Moore is awesome. Roger Moore was never James Bond. Roger Moore just continued playing the Saint. That was just he was the Saint. That just leave him with the Saint. He was never James Bond.
Do you know what's weird about seeing Roger Moore? I have nothing against Roger Moore, but he's on he plays what's the Western called? It's a TV show, Maverick. He's like the cousin to the Maverick, and it's like it's so weird when he's on there with James Gardner sitting there going, I don't know about this. Oh wow! So Pierce Bronson. So are you going Pierce Bronson?
Okay, so I have to say my favorite James Bond movie is The World Is Not Enough, and that was Pierce Brosnan. That is probably my favorite James Bond movie of all. But Sean Connery to me is always the quintessential James Bond. Always has been, always will be. I hate Daniel Craig. I can't stand him as James Bond. But then again, I'm old school, so you know.
All right, so we have Icky, King, Connery. I'm going to go Connery, Sean Connery, as I spell the name wrong, but I know what I mean. We have Will, went with Craig. Devin, with Pierce Bronson. Wow, that was...
My brother went to school with, I think, his son, and they didn't know each other, which is crazy.
Now, I'll tell you the movie. Whose son? Pierce Brosnan. Oh, wow.
We lived in London as a kid.
Oh, did you?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So I'll tell you a Pierce Bronson movie I like, Devin. He was a hitman. It's called The Matador.
Yes.
And I have to tell you something. If you've not seen that, I recommend. And we're going to go to the chat. So in the chat, who's your favorite 007? And we'll take a quick vote. So in The Matador, he's a hitman. And King Icky Boo's seen it. Devin, have you seen it?
I've seen it, yep.
I don't know if you've seen it, Will, but it's a good movie. So is it Greg Kinnear? I think it's Greg Kinnear who plays the other guy. No, not Greg Kinnear. Anyway, there's another guy in the movie.
Yeah, it's Greg Kinnear.
It is Greg Kinnear?
Yep, it is.
And the whole point of the movie, they give you a scenario. You don't know what happens. They go through the movie, and at the end, you find out. And I don't want to give it away because it's just awesome. And it's a buddy film. It's the most bizarre buddy film you'll ever see. But I know at the end of that movie, you learn to really like Pierce Bronson. As messed up as he is, you just like him. And you know the guy is a psychopathic. Well, he kills people he's hired, and he kills people. But he takes a liking to Greg Kinnear because he has someone to talk to. And it's a great movie. So we're going to go to the chat with the 007s. All right, so Teresa goes Sean Connery. Hello,
Yeah,
Teresa.
I'm leaning toward Sean Connery.
No, you can't change. Well, you can't change just yet.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Captain Carl. Oh, I thought he went Timothy Dalton. I was going to say, oh my lord. Log. He didn't think. Dave Little goes Connery. I think it's gonna be Connery in a landslide. But Log Acta. Roger Moore. Okay. Spy Who Loved Me.
Interesting.
Log goes Roger
I like
Moore.
Sean Connery in Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, that's the best.
Best. Your mother, Trebek.
Trebek. That is funny. Thrice-A-Roni.
And Turd Ferguson.
Goes with
Ferguson. That's
goes
funny.
with yeah. Did you ever see when who we should do Burt Reynolds? That was pretty good too. And they couldn't answer
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, they couldn't answer any questions. So Thrice-A-Roni goes Bronson. Make sure I saw. Yeah, Bronson, GoldenEye. So we have 2 Bronsons. So far, still Sean Connery. I still don't know who Captain Carl picked. Let me go.
Should we say first to 5?
Sports Time Machine goes with Moore. Another Roger Moore. Wow.
Interesting.
This is getting a little closer than I thought.
I'm the only Craig I knew I would be, probably.
I like him too. He's my second favorite. Itinerant Hobbyist. Oh, he's talking about it was filmed in Spain, some of the spaghetti westerns. Filming began in, I can't pronounce that word, Studio Rome, again, mid-May 1966, including opening scene. The production then moved on to Spain's plateau region near Burgos in the north. Okay, so it
was, yeah.
Captain Carl says, the good, the bad, and the ugly sounds like what my golf playing looks like.
Oh, my God.
Same here. All right, so I think we've got every contributor here.
I'd say it's
Connery. Jaws.
Yeah.
It's Connery. But I have to tell you something. We had 2 Bronsons and 2 Roger Moores, and Will went with Craig, who was my second favorite.
But if I had a second vote, it'd probably be Connery.
Oh, Captain Carl. Captain goes with Connery. Yeah, so Connery wins it. Anyway, that was kind of a fun little thing, Will.
It was.
So, but yeah, the Pierce Bronson movie, I highly recommend The Matador.
I'll definitely
great movie. Dave Little's in the chat. If I didn't say hello, check out that wonderful channel. Check out all the great content creators in
Is
the
The Matador on Netflix or probably not?
It used to be. I don't know if it still is. King, have you seen The Matador? I think you did say you saw The Matador.
Yes, I did.
And what were your thoughts on that movie? Did you like it as much as I did? Or, I mean, I really liked it.
Probably not. I saw it in the theater how many years ago and haven't really thought about it since.
Oh, I saw it at the movie theaters. And as soon as it came out on DVD, I bought it. And I don't buy many movies anyway. Again, it's a long time ago, but it was just so much fun. I mean, you shouldn't like the guy, but I like the guy. But then again, I root for Negan on The Walking Dead. Says something about me, I guess. I don't know. In the chat, we have joining us Ken Castro, who is a sports writer extraordinaire from Rhode Island. Ken, UMass took it on the chin tonight. I think it was 3-0 they lost in the NCAA hockey championship. So,
who were they playing? Duluth, right?
Yeah, Minnesota. Oof. They never got on track. They never any type of rhythm in that game.
My dad's from Minnesota. He's a Gopher fan, but they always call Duluth Duluth.
And we also have Felicia. Hello, Felicia. She says, I got a Red Sox shirt for like $6 earlier on a super sale. Well, I hope they start playing better. And we're going to talk a little later on that because I get hashtag spring training does matter. People have to play in spring training to get ready for the regular season. It's not a hard concept.
Al, both our teams are struggling.
I know. Oh, well.
Which team is that?
Mine? Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm from Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
So Thrice-A-Roni says, got to jump out here. It was fun. Thank you, my friend Thrice-A-Roni. Please, everyone, check out his card collecting channel. Wonderful channel. Subscribe, and he will do the same. So, and
see you around, Thrice. Have a good night, man.
Yep. As Felicia says, go Sox. I hope they do.
Where did
Log Acta? He's doing something. He'll be back. Log Acta says The Matador is a wonderful film. Seeing Pierce jumping around in a cheerleader outfit was unforgettable. Yeah, when he had those weird dreams, that was funny. It's a good movie. I highly recommend The Matador. It's a dark comedy. Would you say it's a dark comedy, Log Actor? That's what I would call it.
Hey, he's back.
Hello, Devin.
Missing groceries. We couldn't find it, so evidently it didn't make it into the
car.
It happens every once in a while.
Oh my God! I'll tell you a funny story about that. Everyone's like, "Oh, great, Al's going to talk about missing groceries." Yeah, I am, because it activates when it happens, right? So they had a new system at the store, right? Like they have the spinning thing, like they put it in the bag and they spin it, and they put it in the bag and they spin it. So I'm like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." I'm talking with the young kid, not paying attention because Al's like a squirrel. He sees the thing spinning, it stops spinning. He looks at the other one that's spinning. I'm like, "Hey, this is cool. I like this." And I'm thinking to myself, "Where can I get one of these for my house? I can just sit there and spin." And spin and spin. Then I'll get a sit and spin, But so now I go home and I'm like looking for the stuff. I'm like, and I forgot it. I call up, "Hey, did I leave something there?" And yeah. So like 15 times later, they know my voice, right? They go, "Yeah, it's you. You forgot. Can you just remember to bring your stuff home?" I'm like, "Well, stop spinning the stuff." But yeah, I literally left stuff there 3 times. You only have to kick me in the groin 5 times, and suddenly I really realized, like, hey, I made a mistake. So.
Those spinning things are really crazy. I tell you, I used to work at a grocery store. Those things are crazy.
The other weird thing, Devin, I think I've talked to you about this. They have a robot at one of the grocery stores. I shit you not.
Wow.
What does it do?
It looks like just a tall coat hanger, like a wide coat hanger, right? I mean, not coat hanger, coat hanger. Sorry. Like you hang your coats on, which is a coat hanger anyway. I know. Just work with me, people. And it's like, and they're like, "Hey, it tells when stuff is out of stock." I'm like, "Well, don't you have a human being that can do that?" I'll be right back in a moment. Take over the show, gents, and don't get us banned.
I'd be like, "Get me a beer. Chop, chop." Sir, that's not programmed for that. I don't care.
Let's see, it's easier and cheaper to pay a robot than paying $15 an hour minimum wage for some idiot to count your groceries. So, that's the way it is. So anyway.
Is that minimum wage where you are? $15?
Yeah, Seattle.
No,
oh yeah.
I don't even.
It is here too. It just got in $15 here too.
Yeah, they've been working. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's so great," and they're failing to take into account all the restaurants that have closed because of it, the hours and lost wages that are coming out of it because their employers are having it's whatever. Not going to get into it. We're not talking politics. Anyways. But I still say Jared Leto was the best Joker ever. The new Joker coming out is poopy. I don't like this new Joker, so we'll leave it at that. I know I'm still getting in the Phoenix. I don't like him as an actor to begin with.
No,
I've never really liked him in anything he's done. I mean, Gladiator was a good movie, but it sure as hell wasn't because of him. I've never liked him as an actor.
And that Mel Gibson movie, what was that? With the tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat. And he swing away.
Can't remember the name of it, but I know which one you're talking
Circles, about. The crop circles.
Yeah. Oh, it's the M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
Oh, well. Evidently, it wasn't that important of a movie for me.
Nope, don't care. The
problem is, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up and it's like, that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, I could look it up now.
I won't be able
to save you sleep.
Yeah, that's what Google's for. We can do that.
Joaquin.
I kind of feel bad. I interrupted Al a lot, but it happens.
Signs.
That's right. I didn't like that movie much either. I don't know what it is. I just don't like a lot of modern day movies. Like I said, I'm old school. I've seen 2 movies in the theaters in the last 20 years. One was Suicide Squad. I really enjoyed that because that was just a silly, stupid comic.
It was stupid, funny.
It was the way a comic book movie should have been. And then I saw Enemy at the Gates. Years and years. I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't historically accurate, but it was still a fun, decent World War II movie. Well, fun, I guess. Fighting in the streets of Stalingrad can't really be considered fun, but it was a decent World War II.
Yeah, that was good. I just saw Alita Battle Angel.
You know, I during my anime phase, and I had an anime phase there for a year. I own the original on VHS of Alita Battle Angel, and I kind of enjoyed it. But then when I saw that they were bringing the movie out, it's like, yeah, it's not going to be anything like the anime. And from what I hear, nah, it's nothing like the anime. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Well, it's the same way with when they did Ghost in the Shell a couple years back. Ghost in the Shell is another one I had in my anime days. And I will like to say that was decades ago. I'm well out of the anime phase now. But, you know, whenever they try to, it's like anytime they try to bring books to movie, it just doesn't work. So, welcome back, Al.
Thank you. I had to help out Pops. So, appreciate your patience. So, remember, we have, is this on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Thank you. So, remember to check out, you know, these are supposed to be like the best. These are those Turtle Beach things, right? They shut off on their own. It's like automatic shutdown in process. What the?
Well, like, it's happened to you a couple times and it hasn't shut down.
That's because I frantically start pressing the button.
No, I think it's just messing with you because last week when we were off air and you did it, you were frantically trying to. No. I could still hear you the entire time, so I know.
Think it shut down. Evan's listening to me going, "You stupid."
No, I heard every word out. I heard it. Every word.
It kept going, auto shutdown in process. I'm like, what? We have launched the nukes. Why? You the right people. So remember to
release the hounds.
Release the hounds. Did you I don't remember anything. Oh, remember to check out Citadel of Trivia. That's a wonderful Game of Thrones. Actually, they do more than just Game of Thrones, mostly related around Game of Thrones. And Felicia is one of the hosts on there, along with Fandom D Saint. And they also Westerosi Ninja is another fun channel. Check that out. And there's a lot of others. They're friends of the community also. I forget things. So if someone's in the chat, you just put that in there because I forget things. I'm old. So anyhow.
So Al.
Yes.
If Sports Sims did not exist, what would your channel look like? What would it be?
Ooh.
Porn. No, I'm kidding. Devin, look at Devin. Devin's like, yeah, it probably would be. No, that's a great video, like zombie games, which no one watches that I play. Devin watches.
Everybody watches your zombie games, Al. You just don't do them enough.
Yeah, I like that. It's an interesting genre to me. But I like that's a great question. I love this. Obviously, I love the. And Ken Castro goes, he's not kidding. I've met Ken. Ken's like, yeah, he's not kidding. We're sitting down. Ken's like, what do you enjoy? I enjoy this. I enjoy that. And I'm trying to open up a film studio. What are you going to film? Well, it's kind of art noir and stuff like that. You know, but that's a good question. It would be the typical video games, and it's fun talking to people. But I think if we're talking about like Games King, and that will ask. I think it would be the. That's a great question. It'd be like Call of Duty zombie maps or Borderlands. Oh, OG, we have when you're all set. Let's set a date to do the Coral Sea battle because
for some reason I don't have your email on my list anymore, so shoot me off an email so I can get you those pictures sent off. Because I went to what I think it was is I used to have it and then I deleted my trash bin, and for some reason that got rid of 3/4 of my address book. So.
It's called Windows 10 updates. That was. You want to hear something funny? So I had Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming on the other night, right? And we're going to talk boxing. And like when the wrestling thing, I just start talking about, we just having a good time. Anthony's like, I can only do an hour, but he was having so much fun. His wife let us do a little longer, and we had fun, right? But before we started, I'm like, I'm going to start right at 10 because Anthony says he can only do an hour, right? So it's like Windows shutdown for update. Well, and these new Windows updates, like they just happen. You're like, no, stop, no, stop. And it's like, I'm like, you but
oh God, I'm so done.
It shut my computer down, right? And I'm like, great. And Anthony's like, what happened? Well, the Windows update started, and I didn't click on I didn't see the button. It initiated the nuke code, and it nuked me. But
I hate that stuff.
That's a pain in the ass. And then
is.
It always throws everything off, but that was pretty funny. It was a good time. So, yeah. So I'll email you, OG. Excuse me. What else is going on? So what were we talking about? Anime? I've never – okay, OG, do you remember there was a Sunday cartoon, at least we watched it on Sunday, and it had to do with – and I think it's the closest thing I've ever watched with anime. They're like G-Force. Do you remember G-Force?
Yes.
Was that considered anime?
Depends on which G4. Probably, if you're talking if you're talking about the one from when you were a kid, yeah. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Because I saw some other anime involves octopuses doing horrible things to people.
Yeah, that's
like,
different.
I'm like, that's definitely an HR violation. Who hired that octopus? I didn't hire that octopus. When the octopus makes me look like a saint, you are in trouble. So, anyway. So, I'm not into anime, but...
Well, we were just talking about movies that had gotten made from other media forms.
Oh, so what were they?
Well, we were talking about anime that got made into movies, and I didn't like them because they didn't stick to the original anime. But we were just talking about, like when books and TV shows tried to get made into movies, that they always translate poorly.
Well, that's Jaws translated pretty good.
Well, even still, Jaws had huge parts of the movie that were cut out that weren't in the book. Yeah. Like when the sheriff, when Brody's wife.
You can only do so much in a movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right, because she has an affair. I was just going to get to that because I've never read the book, but I was listening to it, and then it was on YouTube for free, and then I was like, oh, I only have 2 more. Like they put it in 10 hours straight, like one of my streams, And I was like, oh, I only have like 3 more hours to listen. And I went back and was like, this YouTube has been taken off for,
copyright violations.
Son of a bitch. But yeah, there's spoiler alert. So
the shark dies.
The shark still dies in the end. The Chief Brody's wife has an affair with the Richard Dreyfuss character in the book.
Yep.
Now also he dies in the book.
Yep.
Now, I got that from excerpts when I was, I wanted to see the difference a long time ago. And Brody's the only survivor. And there's a lot more character. As King Ikibu said, you can do so much on a movie and then more in a book. There's different characters in the book that are kind of interesting, The Godfather is another one. Good movie, but there's a lot of stuff that they didn't put in from the book.
Well, it's like half of The Godfather is just focusing on The Godfather's actor godson. I can't remember his name.
He's the one who they did the horse's head thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Half the book is just focusing on him and his exploits in Hollywood. I mean, literally half the book. So
that'd be a dull read.
Well, it's actually pretty.
No, it wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't horrendous. Yeah.
You know what?
Go ahead.
A lot of sex.
Go ahead.
Did someone say sex?
A lot of sex in that book.
Huh?
Yes,
what? Someone say something?
Yeah. So then the other Game of Thrones, which is the TV series, obviously, on HBO. The books, I have to be honest with you, are better. The TV show is quite good, but the books are better. There's just a lot more characters, a lot more different. Again, you can do more. You've set up X amount of books. That guy's never. You know what? I know he has the books finished. But we have to get them released before that guy goes to one too many buffets and does this.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have heart failure here real soon. And the books are never going to get complete. Just like J.R.R. Tolkien's. You're never going to get the books completed. So,
yeah, it just finished.
Didn't the Canterbury Tales never get finished?
But those are just tales. I never read them anyway. We had to read them in school. You're like, I don't like any of these people in these tales. Why can't they just be dead? Can't we just have the Godfather just
I read 2 great books in high school, actually, that taught me a lot, is The Outsiders. Good book, and Animal Farm. Highly recommend that book.
Animal Farm, very good book. That is
horrible movie, great book.
George Orwell.
1984.
Another good one. You know what's funny? So going into the senior year of high school, they made us do like a reading project, right? So they go, you have to pick an author. So I see George Orwell is one of the authors. Well, I'm like, I've read Animal Farm and I've read 1984, right? I only have to find 4 more books. Oh my God. So I go to the library. So yeah, not good, not bueno. Bueno, not bueno. And so I go to the library and like George Orwell, and the person's looking at me like, Animal. Yeah, I know Animal Farm. And yeah, I read that one twice. I know. I got the Cliff Notes for that. I read the stuff, and I'm good with that. So I'm looking up, and they're horrible. They're not even anything like the ones I was able to find. Nothing like those two, right? So I'm like, oh my God, these suck. And when I like something, I become a voracious reader. Like I enjoyed Animal Farm. I enjoyed 1984, right? These books were horrible, right? So now I'm like, well, I got to read these things. I'm going to read the first 2 chapters, a middle chapter, and the last chapter. And I should be able to, sort of like your paper, right, King Ikibu? And I can fudge the rest. And somehow I got a B. I don't know how. Now, granted, I was heavy into the Animal Farm. The teacher was like, you really enjoyed Animal Farm and 1984. I did. What about the other ones? Well, they were all right.
You know what my dad loves? It's not a book, but OG, I think. Have you watched the Ken Burns World War series?
Oh, yeah.
I know of the Ken Burns series. I haven't watched it.
OG.
It's fun. It's fun. Great narrator. I love Ken Burns.
I've seen the Civil War one. I've seen the baseball one, which I enjoyed.
I need to see that. I really need to.
Oh, the baseball one's good.
I hear it's
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Especially like Boston and New York. That's basically what it's about.
When they ever did in the Boston part, 1967, it's a ton of Yastrzemski, a ton of the Impossible Dream Team, and they do it to the Summer in the City. Oh, look at that that's an old school.
That's my grandpa's old putt.
That's a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
Or a first baseman's mitt. Okay.
That's my grandpa's old putt.
So what's hilarious is we had one of those old ones, which was my dad's old glove years ago. And when you're a kid, you just grabbed all the gloves you had. You didn't, you take them down the field because you never knew who needed gloves, right? And we used to try to take turns catching with those things. You literally had to like
squeeze, right?
Yeah. So you're catching, and you'd have to like do this until that part would get pounded in a bit, but it still was so hard. That's why the fielding. Clinton Parks is in the chat. When we're playing these sports sims games, just to go back to that for a second. Hi, Clinton. Check out his wonderful channel. When you're playing the real old teams, it's tough to compare them defensively. One, I get it. They might not be the best athletes, but they're pretty good. But it's the equipment, too, you have to realize, right? Those gloves are not bueno. They're like playing with their bare hands, basically. But it's fun. We'll touch more on that. I had something really – and I forgot. God damn it. I should have wrote it down. That's why I write things down. I don't remember anymore. Let's go to the chat. Maybe I'll remember. It was something to do with – I was going to ask Devin a real cool question. Make me look smart. Now I'm stupid. So Felicia is on her Boston kick. Go all Boston teams. Sox, Pats, Celts, and Bruins. I agree. Shockingly. Anyway, we're talking Ken Burns. We were talking Ken Burns.
Going fast.
Yeah, the chat's going fast. Clinton Parks is huge. You'd like, I don't know, Clinton, I don't know. This is King Ikibu. We have him on. Great Sims channel, great sports channel. Felicia's making a joke about me. Let's go. LOL. I'm pretty sure Al ID like 20 years older than Al, and ID are like 20 years older than me. She's kind. I think we're older. Are we older, ID? ID. Oh, I think she's just talking about me. I don't know. I'm gonna drink again. Hold on. Wait, this is
what you're drinking tonight, Al?
Coca-Cola and honey whiskey. I've tried it. It's good. I like it.
Sounds good.
I recommend it for all teenagers. No, don't. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
So
I can drink that stuff, luckily, but
crap. I had something really good to say to you, OG. Now I can't remember.
It'll hit you 3 o'clock in the morning,
and that'll be the after show when OG's like, "Stop talking to me."
I never say that.
I've
I
never
can't
heard
search
OG
Google
say
for
that.
what Al was thinking of. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to. Was it about the monkey? No. Was it about something? It was actually a very appropriate, I think. Anyway, I don't know. Let's go back to the Shadow Jeremiah memory. We're talking Ken Burns. It's God fudge. It's gonna drive me nuts now.
Ken Burns baseball? Civil War, you said?
Yeah. This is everyone's like this is
Prohibition.
Oh,
Jazz.
okay. Sports Time Machine. Please ask OG, where does this Joker reference come from? Which Joker? I've made comments on lots of Jokers tonight. I like the Jared Leto. Heath Ledger isn't the Joker. The new Joaquin Phoenix isn't the Joker. So,
What do you think about the Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson was a good Joker. He in my order of preference: Jared Leto, Mark Hamill, Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero was a fun one.
He was good.
Jack Nicklaus, and then Heath Ledger and Joaquin. Well, it's the bottom one for is either going to be Heath Ledger or Joaquin. I need to see more of what Joaquin does with the role, but I have a feeling it's going to be at the bottom of the list.
I feel like it would be too. It doesn't look good.
Sports Time Machine. That's Mr. Utah Mike. That's Mike. He's doing actually, the old Batman series? He's breaking down each episode. I watched one of his breakdowns, like 20 minutes. It's actually really good. It's fun. And we're going to get him on as King Icky Boo.
Oh, okay. Sports Time Machine was asking. Jared Leto. He was the one that he was the Joker in the most recent
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Aren't they? They're not making a second, are they?
No, they burnt the first movie. The only copy is owned by Devin.
Well, I don't know if they're making a Suicide Squad 2. I kind of heard that they were thinking about maybe doing that. There is supposedly Gotham. Oh, what are they calling it? It's all the Gotham bad girls. It's going to be Harlequin. It's going to be Poison Ivy. It's going to be Catwoman. It's all going to be, and supposedly Batgirl is going to be
okay.
Fighting them.
So I actually like the TV show Gotham. I got to catch up on the last season, but what they did with the Penguin character, this is why I like that show, because I don't like Gordon. Gordon's an idiot. Again, he was a descendant of the Starks. He's a moron, right? Because we got to arrest him. Really? They just killed like 5,000 people. I'm pretty sure if you put a bullet in the head, you can make it just go away. The problem go away, right? Just forget the arresting part with them. What they made fun about great with the Penguin in that is he's the likable bad guy. Now, he does horrible things, but yet then he'll do something to save the city. And he has that catch line like, Gordon gets himself in crap all the time, and it's Penguin bailing him out. I don't know if you guys have watched Gotham. He'll go, "You're welcome," and it's just awesome. I love it. The guy who plays the Penguin's awesome in that show. I like the Riddler. I didn't think I'd like that show because I'm not a big comic book guy, but it's a different take on it. I do like.
Oh, look at this though. Wait, where is that?
What are you doing? Wait. Keep your what you should look at. I've done that, and they sent me to Human Resources. I said, "Hey, look at this."
Where is that?
Yeah, he's getting a collectible. Either that or he's got a dead body under there. I don't know.
He's got gloves. He's got anime.
He's got gloves.
He's got gloves. Where is that?
We're on an adventure with Will.
Yeah, you are actually.
While he looks for that, we'll continue to talk.
Continue. Go ahead. I fully give you permission.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, there it is.
He found it.
You guys are going to get a kick out of this. Look at that.
Oh! Talk, Will, so we can see it.
It's Superman as the umpire, Robin is the catcher, and Batman as the batter. It's like a comic book.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I bought it. I went to a little store and I was like, "How much are you charging for this?" He's like, $5 on that. Boom, sold.
What year is that?
Doesn't say actually.
But it's pretty cool. I like
it says fall issue, which is so cool. Oh wait, September 1941.
That's nice.
Baseball at its peak.
1941.
Okay. Oh, should I ask Mr. Ikiboo the trivia question I asked you about youngest player ever?
Joe Nuxall?
Yep. Boom. Got it first try.
I like to phone a friend. For military, it'd be Devin. For baseball, it'd definitely be King Ikiboo. Possibly even Clinton Parks. That'd be an interesting to have them go head to head.
I
Clinton
love
Park
sports
versus
trivia.
King Nicky Boot.
I
Full
love sports trivia.
trivia.
Oh, I'm
Death
sure I don't
match.
know everything.
That's okay. That's what makes it fun. Don't you hate people who know everything? You're like,
Yeah.
Yes.
they're annoying. That's the most. You're sitting there, you're playing a game or something. Hey, you're doing it wrong. Shut up. Let me
Do
play the
they
game.
have to exist? Is that that's
Yes,
the
you
real
can't-
question?
You can't make them. You can't go leave the gun. Get the cannolis with them. It's against the law. You can't. Okay, now I know where I was going with this. Great quotes. Thank you that you brought up that, and I brought up a murder scenario in my head, and I remembered what I wanted to say.
Oh,
So-
it's murder.
It's always murder. Back to murder. What are some of your favorite movie quotes, or any or book? Again, leave the gun, get the cannolis. To me, it brings comedy to a scene where they just shot someone in the head because it's really funny.
And unscripted.
Yes, that was but it was funny as hell.
Really? It was unscripted. Holy.
Yep. Wasn't in the script. The actor just did it, and it just stayed in. They thought it was so good.
It was, and they did a few of those stayed in The Godfather, like the scene with Marlon Brando. The little boy just wouldn't react well, the actor, and he was trying to get him to loosen up because he was afraid. And actually, when the kid's crying at the end, he's really afraid, but he was enjoying himself because Marlon Brando was like, "Okay, just let me play with play with the kid, and we'll joke around, and the kid will have a good time. We'll get the film, and I'll do the heart attack scene." But the kid was having such a good time. I don't know if the kid actually thought Marlon Brando had it because he starts really crying because he was just playing with the guy who was making him up. And that was an ad-lib scene.
Frosty sleeps with the fishes.
Yep, that's a good one. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh man, ugh, yeah.
This isn't an amazing quote, but the Miracle on Ice speech, which Herb Brooks gives, is just phenomenal.
That's pretty good. Yeah, but that's
Kurt
more.
Russell.
Yeah, but who else played? What was the other guy who played him? Kurt Russell was. They did a made-for-TV movie. Was it Carl Malden? Did Carl Malden play him?
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Right when it came out.
Yeah.
Right when the
literally,
gold medal was won was Carl Malden.
Yeah, they literally did a movie like right then and there. Like, let's do the movie now. It's hot. Got to stick with what's hot. Oh, I remember another thing. Okay, but Devin's like, he's going to remember everything. So we're going to go to Blazing Saddles. Let's go to the chat for a while. Blazing Saddles. This is there's a lot of good quotes in Blazing Saddles. Not for the weak of heart. Todd B says, Blazing Saddles. Excuse me while I whip this out. That's a good one. Another Blazing Saddles. Where are all the white women at? That was another classic one. Animal House. Can we dance with your dates? That's another funny one. Let's see.
Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers.
That's a great movie.
We're on a mission from God.
That's a good one. And then
remember all kinds of music here, country and western.
What was the song? They only knew two. I don't know the second one or one. I only know one.
Your Man was one of them.
So the second one was Rawhide. Then remember, they only knew those two songs. They just kept singing them over and over again.
It's funny. My dad in college, he said he dressed up, I think, as
was it Jake and Elwood?
I forgot who he was, but he was one of the guys, and he had the briefcase with the harmonica in it.
And Carrie Fisher's in that movie. She was girlfriend to John
Jake.
Remember, she had a bazooka in that movie, and she tried to kill him. Then remember the part when they go, "We're on a mission from God. We're going to save the orphanage or whatever." And they're in those chairs; they can't get out, and they're swearing in front of the nun. The penguin, and she starts. What the wrong with you, lady? And she's just like whacking away at them and going down this. And she goes, "God help them." That was an underrated, funny movie.
Oh, it was a great movie.
Here's one John Belushi movie, Neighbors. Not the best, not the worst. It was actually Dan Aykroyd played the nutbag neighbor, where John Belushi played the down the line neighbor. And that actually had some decent comedy in it. Not one of his bests. Not one of his worst.
Never saw it.
Interesting movie. Hello, ID Gesture, another wonderful channel in the FOC. Great channel. Check it out. Must subscribe.
I remember years ago, I ran to ID Jester's channel because I liked his RPGs. Then all of a sudden, he's into sports. That's great too.
Yes, he does a lot of RPGs.
Oh, what's that quote? Oh, I love
Jaws. Here's one.
Go ahead.
One of the best quotes. We need a bigger boat. That's a classic. There's so many fun scenes in Jaws that make you laugh. Like, why don't you, like when he's chumming, why don't you come down and throw some of this shit in the water and think, and that's when we need a bigger boat.
I like in Oceans where it's Matt Damon talking to the Irish guy and they walk out and they're screwing with him. George Clooney and Brad Pitt is like, called his 6-year-old niece. I don't say that.
I have to honestly say, don't say that word. That's suspension.
But those movies have funny lines in them too. Oceans is just the funniest stuff.
Guy Ritchie films, they're basically English gangster movies. The one that most people might have seen is called Snatch. Yep, with Brad Pitt, and they have all kinds of great.
Couldn't understand anything he said.
But the best characters in that movie, he's good in that. Have you seen Snatch, OG? The bare knuckle boxing?
Nope.
Oh, I think you'd like it. They have these two lower level type of gangster guys, right? They're the likable guys, right? And they get mixed up way over their head. That's the gist of it, right? But there's this Russian guy who you just can't kill in this freaking movie. It's hilarious, right? And they're like, is that so-and-so? Is that so? He sells one of the guys a gun, right? It doesn't work. And he goes, how do you know, Tommy, that gun works? He told me it works. Have you shot it, Tommy? Right? Now, Tommy's Jason Statham's bodyguard, and he's smaller. It's what makes it funny, right? They've been friends forever. He goes, I keep him around to keep him out of trouble, right? Because without me, they'd probably be in the ocean somewhere. And so the gun doesn't work. And it just so many great scenes in that. Snatch and
my dad tells me Spies Like Us is a really funny movie where they have, I saw the scene, I looked it up, where they have the test answers on the cast and the eye patch.
Better movie than Spies Like Us. John Cusack, Dan Aykroyd. John Cusack was like a professional hitman for the government. I can't think of
Point Gross or something.
Yes.
Point Gross. Yeah.
Point Gross.
Gross Point Blank.
Yes. As OG's sitting there going, you guys are just so stupid.
God dang it.
Why am I here with these guys? But there's a scene at the end where they're shooting it out in the house. Him and Dan Aykroyd, they're literally like this close. And they're going, are you out of bullets, kid? No, I got them. How many do you have left? Enough. You want to sell me some? And I'm just paraphrasing. And they're loading up. And Cusack, I think, actually is out of bullets. He takes the TV and he hits him in the freaking head with it and he kills him. And they're talking about, he goes, we got a union. You want to be in it? No, I don't want to be in it. I like to be freelance. It's too bad. Benefits. And it's just really this bizarre.
Benefits.
As they literally, they're going to kill each other. But it's just this fun banter. Then the other one, Eddie Murphy, the Beverly Hills Cops, I think it is, where you have the
take those bananas.
But then you have the young cop and the old cop who I can't remember. Oh, Reinhold was one of the cops, right? And they're pinned down. These guys have automatic fire on them, right? The sergeant has
Reinhold?
The sergeant has a pump Ryan. One of them has a pump shotgun. The other guy has a snub nose revolver, and they're loading up, right? As they're getting shot from all sides. And Judge Reinhold looks at the sergeant and goes, you know what this reminds me of? He's like, what, Billy? Like, what? We're going to get killed. Remember that scene in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid when the whole Colombian army's outside and they get killed? And the guy looks at him, the sergeant goes, Billy, if we get out of this, remind me to shoot you.
You quoted that, and I was dying laughing. It's
just a funny... there's so many good scenes because
I haven't seen that movie, but that quote makes me laugh. Oh,
you gotta watch Beverly Hills Cop. That's awesome.
Yeah, That's another.
Remember to kill me.
Oh,
when...
I remember. I really remember this time. Everything's fine. Do you guys remember Watership Down?
No.
Okay, it was a book. It's about rabbits. It's not cute and cuddly. That's all I'll tell you. So now, I never read the book, okay? As Clinton Park says, Judge Ryan Hall, watch 48 Hours. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we go to the big theater, right? Because it's a movie, right? And we don't get, plus we're violent little kids. We threw rocks at each other, lawn jarts, whatever we could, we threw it at. We shot BB guns at each other, and we survived. But we thought rabbits, right? And the first thing pops in our head, like Bugs Bunny. It's got to be funny. We get there, right? So
and it's an animated.
Yes.
What's it called?
A cartoon.
It's a cartoon. It's called Watership Down. So we sit down. We got our popcorn, our candy, this and that. And we're in this cheap movie theater. You know, you step in the soda and other stuff has been spilled on that floor. God, we just, you know, you're watching like, oh God, I hope that's soda. And, you know, so you're sitting there and you're watching, you're waiting for it, and you're like, did that rabbit just tear the effing throat out of the other rabbit? And you're like, everyone's like, holy shit, that rabbit killed the other rabbit. Is that rabbit, what is it doing with the other rabbit? Is it making baby rabbits? How is it in this film?
Oh my God.
And it's basically about totalitarianism. And it's like one of the most violent films I've ever seen in my life.
Watership Down. I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
The Killer Rabbit in Monty Python. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, that was awesome.
The Killer Rabbit. The whole hand grenade of Antiochs.
Yeah. Remember when they explained that? You throw it. Well, what do? You
Take
pull
the pin out.
You take the pin out, right? And he goes, you don't throw it at one. Yeah, and they explain like 1, 2, and 3. And he goes, if you hold, what was it, Devin and everyone? If you hold it for 4, you held it too long.
I think it doesn't he go
3
1.
is the number that's thou throw it. 4 is right out.
Doesn't he go like 1, 2,
but
5, 3, my lord, 3.
But the best part of that is the guy walks up and he goes, so where's the monster? And you see all these bodies there, right? That's it? That's it?
I sewed my arm. I was so scared.
And then,
look at the fearsome beast. The boy, look at his teeth, man.
I still die at the bring out the dead.
There's so many funny. How about when he goes, I'm your king. I didn't vote for you. I was
You don't vote for a king.
He's explaining. You know, I was anointed by God. God didn't tell me who's.
What
The
is
lady
your
at the lake
name?
extended her
What
hand.
is your quest? What is your favorite color?
Remember?
I don't know that.
Anyway, it's gonna go into Monty
Blue, I
Python.
mean yellow.
Oh God! You remember? They had to cross the bridge, and the guy's asking the questions.
Yeah.
And he goes, the one about the swallows, and the first guy goes launching over the.
Oh yeah, the African swallow. Like,
And then the other guy
something
goes,
with African-
"Is it domestic or is it foreign?" And the guy's like,
I don't know.
African swallow.
"Yeah." Oh my!
And then he goes flying.
The
I
best
didn't know
part.
that.
The best part. There's so many funny parts. The Black Knight, where
Oh, Black Knight.
Everything's
they're
gone.
chopping off every limb, and the guy's a stump, and he's
Come
going,
on,
"Come
come
back! I'll bite you! I'll headbutt you!" But what
What you
about
gonna do? Bleed on me?
I'm the Black Knight. I'm invincible. You're a loony.
Remember when the guy goes, he thinks he's saving a damsel in distress, and it turns out to be sort of a feminine guy, and
Yeah.
he literally kills everyone in the wedding party, like everybody. And then he gets there and he's like, "Where? I'm the one you're saving." He's like, "You're not a woman." "No, but you saved me. Thank
My
you."
hero.
No, I'm still dying at the knights. He was like, "You must cut down the biggest tree with the strawberry with the herring."
But then we'll go back to the other one for hold on a second, Will, right? And then the father comes in and goes, "You're the son I've always wanted."
Oh God!
Remember, or something like that? And he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He goes, "Well, who am I marrying?" I think she's still alive. Well, where's the father? You sort of killed him. What about the brother? Yeah, you sort of killed him too. That's okay. We'll work it out. And he drops the thing. There's so many. And then the guy who showed up at the nun or all the women's school or whatever, spank me.
And then we shall have the spankings.
That's just
I'm still dying at the herring scene with the cutting down the tree.
What was that one?
The Knights of St. Knee.
The night
the
to
Knights
say
of
me.
St.
Yeah.
Where they change everything they say. We're the Knights that say kiki or something, like they change it every time.
And that's a great Monty Python. You know, there's no middle ground with it. You either like Monty Python or you hate Monty Python.
Yeah.
In the chat, do you like Monty Python or do you hate?
I love Monty Python. Oh, it just cracks me up.
Sports Time Machine brings up Full Metal Jacket. The boot camp had, he says, unbelievable line. Oh, yeah. Private Pile, did your mother not hug you enough? Were you not loved as a child, Private Pile?
Is that the movie that says, where are you from, man? Texas. All I only know is steers and queers in Texas, and you ain't got no horns.
So you must be a... I don't know if we can say that.
Nope.
It's after midnight.
Oh, we can say it then.
It's after midnight. No rules.
Although HR will probably still yell at us because it's implied in a negative connotation.
Well,
HR.
I think if you say movie quotes, you're okay.
Nope.
No.
Not allowed to do it.
Darn it, I should have done.
There's nothing worse than getting a call from HR on a Sunday morning when I'm trying to eat breakfast.
Especially in HR we didn't hire.
I know. That monkey's going. I told you we should have got rid of the monkey.
We've tried to.
Give them 1,000 bananas and see what happens.
GGO. Yes. Can we get rid of the monkey? I like him. He's my friend.
The two of them go out partying all the time. That's not a good measuring stick. We can't ask GGO.
He gives me sugar and something from the coca plant. I like it a lot. GGO, for God's sake.
GGO.
Herb Pilgrim goes, where'd you get that? That sounds like Topo Gigio. I'm like, bingo, just ripped that off from Ed Sullivan. Not that I ever saw Ed Sullivan live. I saw reruns. You know what was a fun? I'll tell you the funniest gag I like. You guys ever watch the Monty Python show? Take care, Bobby. As Bobby's like, Monty Python, I'm out of here. So.
Women don't like Monty Python. I noticed that.
Yeah. And the Three Stooges. They don't like the Three Stooges. I love the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges, to me, are just freaking hilarious.
Did you like the Marx Brothers?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
I did too.
Groucho, awesome.
I've seen my dad's old DVDs, and I just crack up.
When I got slightly older, I've never grown out of my body and stuff. I've aged, but my mind's like a 12-year-old all the time, right? Which is wonderful. As I got older, I understood. Now they always had the slapstick too in the Marx Brothers, but I didn't get all the lines. I knew they were kind of raunchy. As you get older and you understand them a little better, and I'm talking, like in the teen years, you're sitting there going, "These guys." Groucho Marx. I watched a documentary on him, and he goes, "They used to just say things to try to get it. See how stupid the censors were that they didn't pick up on what they actually meant by that stuff. It was just really funny stuff." But yeah, the Marx Brothers. My favorite Marx Brothers movie. Okay, I don't remember the title, but they're on a ship, and my God, they must have fit a gazillion people in that room. That was one of the funniest gags ever. And then the classic, well, I never, and well, you never will either. Groucho Marx was awesome. The only thing that used to throw me off with the Marx Brothers, I wonder if you guys think the same thing. They had Zeppo. Now, Zeppo, again, they were all really brothers. He was they were all musically talented, but he was the one, his shtick was he was going to sing operatic, and you're sitting there going, oh, I hope Zeppo's not, oh, God damn it, Zeppo's in this movie. And you knew that scene was coming with Zeppo singing for about 3-4 minutes. You're like, oh, God.
You're playing the harp. Or...
the harp never bothered me because it was Harpo who usually played the harp.
Yeah, it was Harpo that did the harp.
So I loved Harpo. Abbott and Costello, they bring up in the chat, Sports Time Machine. You watch Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein. This is a kid's movie, right? They chucked, not them, but the monster chucked a woman out the window. Like, I was like, holy because the first time I saw it, I loved Abbott and Costello.
But you go back to Groucho and that You Bet Your Life. It's amazing that they let the censors in 1950s what he would get away with.
That was his big kick, King Ikeboo and Devin and Will. He loved to see because he hated censorship. And it's not like they said anything bad, but when they said you can't do this, you can't do that. If you watch some of the old Three Stooges shorts and some of the early Marx Brothers, there's risque stuff in where the way women are clothed. Believe me, watch it. I'm sitting there going, how the hell did they get away with that then? You can't even do that on TV. And you're sitting there going, whoa, that's pretty cool. I'm going to just rewind that scene as a 12-year-old.
Dude, go back and watch some of the cartoons before the code went into effect. Back in the Betty Boop days. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, funny stuff. And the Three Stooges and Groucho Marx, the Marx Brothers, I like them. Laurel and Hardy. Laurel and Hardy had so many funny gags. And again, I think they all were in vaudeville. I know the Three Stooges were vaudeville, graduates of vaudeville. I'm going to say, I would guess the Marx Brothers too. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but I know the Three Stooges. But Laurel and Hardy, a very sad story because Hal Roach Studios screwed all of his actors over. They only got paid, again, no royalties. And I don't know if we discussed it on this or when I used to do these by myself. I think the first time someone got royalties was I Love Lucy, Ricky Ricardo and Lucy. I mean, I think they're the first ones to get royalties because they fought for it, for the TV. I think I want to say they're one of the first. So in the old days, when you only got paid when you made the shorts of the movie, and that's it. And Hal Roach, he kept Laurel and Hardy under separate contracts. So they came up at different times, and he'd go, hey, where are you going to go? I got your partner. People don't want to see Hardy. People want to see Laurel and Hardy. And he'd do the same. He was a jerk. He did the same thing with the Little Rascals and stuff.
It stinks. I have 20% left on my phone, but I'll go until it dies.
Well, before it dies, make sure you say, that way you can get your
How long more do you think? How long do you want to go for?
I have a lot of drink left.
Good for you. I wish I could plug. You know what? I think I can talk later.
Just plug in your whatchamacallit.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, but
plug it in.
Yeah, just plug it in.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. Laurel and Hardy, they did a gag where they had you should really turn your camera off when you're doing this. It's kind of funny though. There you go.
So
He's back. Oh boy. We're spinning. Did you guys ever watch Laurel and Hardy before I go through, if no one knows Laurel and Hardy?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God.
I've seen them, but never watched a single episode.
Really? Oh, I recommend. There's one. They're like in a mill, a wood mill, like a mill shop where they're cutting wood and stuff. How they ever did the thing where they yank his head and it's so fun. But my favorite one, the Horns episode, right, where Hardy goes nuts from Horns, and then a guy breaks out a present, and they're on the boat, and they have to make all this fake food for him. That is one of the funniest. You wouldn't want to get Little Nick mad. Who's Little Nick? Pulls out a gun. This is Little Nick. You want to get him mad? No. And they do this whole thing. And then Hardy goes nuts when he hears horns. So obviously he's screaming as the guy's beating the crap out of him. Laurel, play the horn. And, it's mistakes. And it's funny. Marx Brothers, Day at the Races, very funny. And again, whichever one with the scene with all the people in that little, I don't even know what you call those rooms on a boat, but it was so small. And they literally fit a gazillion people in that room. They open the door and they all fall out. It's kind of funny stuff. And John St. Baptiste, how you doing, my friend? He says, driving, but dropping by. If I'm quiet, that's why. Well, you keep your eyes on the road, as he's probably coming home from work. So be careful. John St. Baptiste, another wonderful music channel. And we're going to have, I'm either going to be on his channel, and regardless, I'd like to have him on here with OG, and we can talk about music scores, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for stopping by. Captain Carl says, yes, the Marx Brothers also were on vaudeville. Lucille Ball was also in one of the Marx Brothers movies. Lucille Ball was also in a Three Stooges short. It's the one with the football players, and she was a very attractive woman. I mean, a very attractive woman. So,
Who's your favorite actress of all time, Al?
Actress? That's a loaded question, and I'm going to tell you why. What type?
No, you can't use porn actresses.
Okay. All right. Now I understand the question.
Parameters have been set.
Parameters has been set. Okay. No. Okay. Raquel Welch. I love Raquel. Oh, is it like who I'm most attracted to?
Actress?
My favorite actress.
Actress?
I do like Raquel. Actually, I do like Raquel Welch as an actress. Mother Jugs and Speed. All the. She was good in that movie. It was a fun movie, and she's hot. Cave Woman. I watched that. I like that. She was. I tell you, the funniest thing she was in, she was in lots of stuff I like. She was in a Seinfeld episode poking fun at herself, where they made Kramer to try to go fire her because they're so afraid of her. They made her like really mean and stuff, and she was pretty funny in that. And then she was in some westerns, but my favorite actress,
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, it's George Costanza's favorite actress too. Jodie Foster is a very good actress. You know what? Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs. That's a good one. I'll tell you who I hate. What's her face in The Godfather? Diane Keaton. I hated her in that movie. I mean, you didn't know what you were getting into. I'm not condoning what they do in the movie. I'm just saying, really? Did you not know what Michael actually did for? You never questioned it when he bought you all the stuff and you lived like a queen, right? You got everything you wanted. Now all of a sudden, it's like, I don't want to have your baby. I had an abortion. I might have went, really? Yeah.
She got worse as the trilogy went on, too. I hated her more and more as the trilogy went on.
Oh, in the third one, she's even more. And the third one's the worst. If you took that movie alone, it's not bad. But when you put Godfather 3, you're like, the best character was Joey Zaza and Vito Antuofermo, and they killed him.
He gets whacked in like the first 20 minutes. Yeah.
They were the most. I get it. They're the bad guys, but they were the funnest characters. You can't kill the funnest characters off. That's a good. Katharine Hepburn. I love Katharine Hepburn.
Good call.
African Queen.
African Queen.
Great movie, right? The one with John Wayne, where it's like the next one from Rooster Cog, like that one. On Golden Pond, I've only watched it all the way through once. Great movie. It's a sad movie. I don't want to watch it again. It's a good movie though. Katharine. Oh my God, hands down, Katharine Hepburn now. Bring Up Baby with Cary Grant, must see, wonderful screwball comedy, and she did a couple of those. Like she was a great actor. Another attractive woman. Who was in Misery? I can't think of it. Holy crap, did she play that? She's a good actress too. But the whole, this is going to hurt you or me more than you. I'm like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you're going to hit his ankles with that sledgehammer. I'm pretty sure that shit's going to hurt him more than you.
You got to probably come back in a minute.
Yeah. Just if you're going to walk away, shut your camera off though, because what happens is we get seasick. At least I dare you. Thank you, my friend. Okay. Now, was that a stand up and feel good moment when at the end he takes the pig award and he like bashes her? Again, don't do this at home, folks. I'm just saying she was okay. We're gonna get into stupid things in movies. Let's talk about people who started it in a movie. We'll start with Misery and Kathy Bates. Great actress, great character. Remember the old guy who's the sheriff in the small little dinky town? Okay, why does he go to Crazy Lady's house alone? If you think the guy's there and you think she's nuts, you're telling me you can't have another two guys or anybody, a 5-year-old with a slingshot, show up with you? I mean, and then you fall for this. Here's the best part. Do you have him here? And she's like, yeah, I was afraid. And he's downstairs. He's hurt bad, but I was taking care of him. You can go look. So you're going to let Crazy Lady, you're going to walk in front of Crazy Lady. Are you stupid? You know why you started it? Because you got shot in the back. And guess who's dead in the cellar? You are. You have just qualified for a Stark Award. Okay, that's one. That's how this goes. So that's a stupid person in a movie. Why do you let crazy? Oh God! I remember as a kid watching that movie, going, "He's not gonna. Is he stupid? He just now his wife's a widow. I like the old wife. She was nice. I'm your number one fan. If anyone ever says that, run.
Nobody's ever said that.
Well, I'm your number one fan. That was one of the most brutal when she hit him with those. That's actually a term they used to do to make, like, when people ran away.
Hobbling.
Oh God. And he's like, remember, he's like, don't do it, please. I love you. I mean, I would have said anything. I would have been like, I love you. I love you a lot. I will marry you. I will have your children. I really will. And then as soon as I can bash your freaking head in, I wouldn't say that part, but that's what I would have been thinking. And so was James Caan, because he goes, remember, you sick, demented, and he's bashing it away with him. That is a good movie. Wow, I forgot that movie. That is a good movie.
I'm back.
Will's back.
Wasn't even one of his better books, though. I didn't like it compared to a lot of his other stuff. I never liked Misery.
I never read. That's a Stephen King book, right?
Yeah, it's Stephen King. Yeah. The Stand was much better.
The Stand, I didn't read that either, but that was a mini.
They turned it into a mini series.
I watched that. That was good. Now my friends want me to see it, the remake. I wouldn't. I saw. That's what I told them, but they like it. I get bothered at work all the time by it. So I saw the first one. I'm like, does it end any differently? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, then, like, I know what happens. People die. Then they finally do what they got to do. I don't want to watch it again. I don't watch horror movies over. I like a certain type of horror movie. I like Army of Darkness. That's my type of speed with horror movies. It's Bruce Campbell. I like Bruce Campbell. He makes me laugh.
The funny thing about Army of Darkness, The Evil Dead, Army of Darkness was the third one in the series. Yeah, the first two, they actually tried to make serious horror movies out of it. And then they realized that they had failed so badly, so they said, screw it, we're just going to go dark comedy.
And it worked. Have you ever seen it? He has a show. I don't know if it's short. I watched here and there, but my God, every time I watch, it's hilarious. I mean, when I ever went over, and he kept going, I think the mother's possessed. It was like one of the first two episodes. And the guy's like, no, mother, you can't just kill the kid's mother. He helped us. I'm telling you, that's not his mother. And they're going back, and he was right. They had to kill. And the kid's like, He goes, that wasn't your mother. And the father's like, that wasn't the mother, or something like that. It was just funny. It was just so bizarre, funny. And but anyway, yeah, I don't get why people. I get it. It's a book. It's a movie. Really, Psychopath. Don't walk in front of Psychopath.
You know what my brother, I think my dad, my mom read is, my brother's 27. I haven't seen the movie or read the book, is Da Vinci Code.
Oh, that's Tom Hanks was in the movie. I'm not a big fan of that one. You guys see the Da Vinci Code?
No.
I'm not really into psychological thrillers.
Yeah. I'm
not either.
I like comedies. I like action. I want comedy in pretty much everything. I want comedy in pretty much because it's in real life.
Old School. What a great movie.
In real life. Oh, but here's another one. The Nice Guys, which came out a few years ago. Highly recommend if you like the buddy kind of movies. It's with who is that? I can see them now. I can't think of their names. But is that Russell Crowe? No.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
It is Russell Crowe. Okay.
Yeah.
And the other guy but they do a homage in one scene to Abbott and Costello, and I'm going to explain the scene, and I think, OG, you'll agree, and everyone, if you've ever seen Abbott and Costello, if you've ever seen Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, there's a scene when they're in the wax house, the museum, where Costello's going, and he's trying to yell out the name, but he's so scared. Yeah. They literally do that scene, except with a dead body, where he finds a dead body and he's drunk, right? And he fell down this whole thing. He rolls down. They're at like a porn party thing. It's out in LA and they're trying to solve this murder thing. And they're just two private eyes. One's an enforcer type private eye. He doesn't have it. And the other guy's like a legit private eye, right? And they just team up. It's a great buddy film. And he finds a dead body and he's like trying to call his partner's name. And they did it right out of, I'm telling you, they did it right. If you've seen the scene, if you've seen both scenes, they're doing it right out of Abbott and Costello meets Frank. And I started laughing so hard. And then there's like,
well, that was a common shtick in most of the Abbott and Costello movies.
Yeah.
Anytime they ran into something, that was their thing, that he could never get his voice to work when something's scary. The Wolf Man, the Invisible Man, all Dracula, everything that Abbott and Costello ever did. So hilarious movie. I love Abbott.
They did. Let me go to the chat real quick. John St. Petit says, "Stoplight, Mary McDonald." I think that's an actress, right? Or is he yelling at Mary McDonald at the stoplight? I don't know. Broadcast News. Oh, okay, yeah. Broadcast News is a good. Yeah. That's a good movie. The Abbott and Costello, though, they only made like one movie. It was at the end. They made a couple at the end that weren't really good, and one was like serious. I remember watching that on a Sunday morning, going, "This sucks. This isn't the Abbott. What aliens took over Abbott and Costello's body? This sucked." But Abbott and Costello made the Foreign Legion. They make all these in the Navy, in the Army, and they're like the drill sergeant.
Basically the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like the drill sergeant's nightmare. Like they don't listen. They're stupid. They're like, oh my God. They did the Invisible Man was, I like that one because it was boxing. And they got, you better do it or I'll make you stand up for 15 rounds and take a beating. They did a thing with the speed bag, and they're like the reporter's like, I didn't even see his hands move because the invisible guy hit the speed bag. Dude, so fast. He goes, he's standing like this. He never even hit the, he's like, like that and stuff. Yeah, Abbott and Costello. The closest thing to me for Abbott and Costello movies now are when Adam Sandler just does his goofy movies, just meaning that they're pure. I get it. People don't like those movies. To me, if something makes me laugh, that's what it's supposed to do. I'm not saying you have to like those movies, but that's what it's supposed to do, right? So like Waterboy, I love that movie.
Kathy Bates.
Yes, that's right. She was the mother.
Mom said.
Mama, you wrong, Colonel Sanders. Remember,
You're wrong. One of my favorite parts is the coach, and
that's Henry Winkler.
Boy does not speak a lick of his.
Oh, the other guy. I'm always trying to remember who that guy is. I've seen him in stuff. I can never remember that guy. I know you mean the Cajun. They have a coach.
Yeah. The farmer guy who does not speak a lick of English.
Well, he speaks. You just can't understand.
Isn't the coach
Henry Winkler?
Yeah, Winkler, great actor.
It was funny because that movie is just pure goofiness, but it's just funny. Todd B's leaving us. Take care, my friend. What time is 12:33? We'll go a little more. We're gonna change speeds here. We're gonna bring it down a bit. A little slow jazz. I don't know any slow. I like slow jazz. I just don't know any music. So Devin, I want to get back to Gunslinger now. I'm gonna talk a few things with Devin on the channel. So you have Gunslinger, which I like a lot. Great concept. The game, I mean, and then it's just fun and it plays quick, and it was a lot of fun listening to your commentary and it's funny because, please check it out. But I thought the same person you thought was going to be the person muerto in that scenario, and Marshall had a bad day.
Marshall had a very bad day.
I'm just glad it wasn't Marshall Dillon or the Lawman, because I like the Lawman. I like Marshall Dillon. I like Have Gun Will Travel. I like
Paladin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wore the black hat, Paladin. Liked him. And so I have all these Western scenarios in my head. I'll be, you'd be like, I don't want to do these, Al. I don't want to. You have to. And then there's the other one with, I said Rifleman, Lawman. It's always funny in those when they throw in that comedy one that they're, we got thrown. It's the fifth one. We got thrown some comedy here. Someone gets killed and they're all laughing. That's great stuff. But yeah, that's a fun game. When I know you have the other things you're putting up, and
I got a few things on the table right now. I got a game called Kamikaze on the table right now. It's a little magazine game. It came out of a magazine about 1982. Real short, like 3 pages of rules. Hopefully, I'll get to recording that here in a day or two. Then after that, I've got to get World of War 85 onto the table. I've got to record a playthrough of that. And then after that, I may try to get back to do something a little bit bigger with Gunslinger. We'll have to see what comes down the pipe. But yeah, I know you want me to get back to Gunslinger, so
I know you have to do the other one because you have, I know
I have obligations.
You have obligations. I like those too. Don't get me wrong. I love all the stuff you do, OG. But it's just Gunslinger is so much fun. I'm sitting there. All I kept thinking was, God, I'm glad that's not Marshall Dillon. Man, that guy got shoot hard. I mean, like everyone and their mother came out to shoot the Marshall. I'm like, you sons of bitches. That's the Marshall. Leave him alone.
Well, the kid was smart enough and ducked down behind the bar, so it's like, well, we got no one to shoot at. So look, Marshall's up on the stage. We'll shoot him. So
should have had a shotgun. I would have went with a shotgun, double barrel.
Well, like I said, I didn't want to bring in the right shotgun.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing when I saw OG. I was like, why didn't you have a shotgun, OG? I would have went in with a shotgun. I'm killing. If I'm going out, I'm getting somebody. I'm getting someone with that shotgun. There was a. Oh crap! I don't know what Western was. I was watching with my dad. I was home one day, a couple of weeks ago, because my sister wasn't feeling well. I had to stay with my dad. Like when she comes, I go to work, and then I come over. Anyway, so Anthony Perkins was in a Western, right? And I always remember him from Fierce Strikeout and Psycho, right? I mean, talk about a scary. Psycho is like, you want me to what? Go in the bathroom by myself? No. It's scary. Not only is there some dude going to stab me, there's a freaking shark in there. I was a little kid. I saw Psycho, and then I saw Jaws. I never want to go anywhere near water. Ever. So, but I don't. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Anyway, I like Gunslinger. I like those other things too. And when's your next wrestling?
I would like to say on Easter, but I've got prior obligations for Easter. I wanted to do one on St. Patrick's Day in March, but I was under the weather. Like I said, I'm trying to do holiday themes every month, but with Easter being Easter, if I don't show up at my folks', my mother will be very disappointed, and we don't want to disappoint my mother. So no. I don't know if I'll try to get in something later that evening, or if I'll just say screw it, skip it. But I'll just have to see how things are going.
So. I'm just curious. I enjoy your storytelling with that. King Icky Boo, have you seen any of the Play.com games, such as Face to the Mat, or any of the rest?
Not the wrestling ones, no. But I've seen the baseball and all those.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts on those?
A little bit. I haven't seen much of it.
The wrestling is pretty fun because it's a story. You're just telling a story, and OG does it. There's a couple of people like any wrestling game, like Mike from Sports Time Machine has a different wrestling game with real wrestlers, but it's funny. He tells the game, and that just brings back nostalgia. Were you ever a wrestling fan, King Icky Boo?
I like the 80s.
Yes.
80s Honky Tonk Man and those guys.
Remember, you used to hit people with the.
I like Mankind. I like the
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
The Honky Tonk Man did his Elvis shtick, and he'd hit people with the guitar. That was a decent shtick.
Jake the Snake.
He had a bit of some issues with some substances. I watched his biography. You had the Hulk Hogan, and we thought Iron Sheik. Then you had they had so much good
$1 Million Man. Yeah.
Oh, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
I've met him. He was at the Shaw Knights ballpark last year. He was a very nice gentleman.
Yeah, he plays. It's funny. I've told this story, and not that I know, but you going to the Civic Center to see wrestling when I was a kid. My friends went a lot more than I did. They go, wait here. Wrestlers will come out. We might get autographs, or they'll shake your hand, or sometimes. Okay, well, you're 12 years old. Yeah, whatever. He goes, don't go right away, though. They don't come out right away. So we just kind of linger around and do whatever we do. They kick you out of the Civic Center, so we kind of go across. He goes, yeah, they're not going to come out yet because they've gone to so many events. They know this is okay. Now let's go over. And there's few people there, and we wait, and they come out. And the good guys come out. They don't even acknowledge you. They walk right by you. Oh, son of a bitch, right? And then here comes Rowdy Piper, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Bob Orton, and still the fourth guy who I'll never remember till the day I die. And they're really nice to us. They spent, again, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it was. They were just nice. How was the match? You enjoyed to shake your hand, pet you. These are huge dudes, especially when you're 12. I mean, they're big. And you're just, and I always joke, they go, I never rooted for the good guys ever again. I just never. I'm like, you know what? It's a shtick. They're playing a shtick. But those were the guys who at least they got it. Like some guys don't get it. And I get it. Maybe you're tired and this and that, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, the 80s was a fun time for wrestling. Plus, the late 70s, too, when I was a kid, when I first fell in love with wrestling, when you still think it's sort of real, you kind of know it's fake, but you're like, maybe it's real, you know? And nothing better, I've said it before. You go out after watching wrestling, we go wrestle our friends, and they'd be like, well, you know, my friend's cousins would come over. He'd come over with his cousin and be like, well, we want to be the good guys and win the tag team championship. Like, okay, so we're the bad guys. And OG knows this. And they're like, yeah, we don't care, but we win at the end. Okay, you win at the end. That's fine. We don't care. That's okay. And we act like, oh my God, you guys win. And I'm like, Dave, go get the trash can lid. And, you know, you just, you know, they'd be all bloody, you know, like they'd be beating up, dirt in their eyes, and be like, we won the title. Like, yeah, you won the title, jackass. It was a lot of fun. So I like
Mick Foley was the best bleeder. That's what I liked about him. He could bleed at any time.
He had that shtick down. You know what's funny? As you get older, you're like, as I was sitting there going, what the hell are all those scars? You know, when you're young, you're not sure. And then you start talking about, you know, you'd see the scars on their forehead. I don't know, the OG might know the exact terminology. Icky Boo, you might know. But they're just basically, when they go down, they're cutting themselves, because when you cut yourself on the forehead, the sweat makes you like you're bleeding to death. And it was, you know, red meant green, you know.
Looks impressive, and head wounds are the most bleeding part of your body there is. The least damage when your head bleeds. You're not really, but
yeah, that's what they said. I was surprised. I was like, damn.
Yeah, if there's a head, as long as you're not doing the jugular and the throat, but yeah, anything on the forehead will just bleed like a sieve, but it's really not debilitating to you. It just bleeds a lot.
Going to the chat again, and we're gonna catch up with it. I should have had Bobby in the chat. We're gonna have Bobby in the chat. I mean, in with us to read the chat sometimes. So I go off on tangents now. John St. Petit says, I was at a stoplight. We were talking favorite actresses. Mary McDonald. Now I know who it is. Dances with Wolves, Battlestar, and Donnie Darko. Abbott and Costello did a short version of Who's on First routine on one night. Yes, they did. That One Night in the Tropics. Still really funny. If you get a chance to see that, on it's just funny. It is really funny. Captain Carl says, my brother met King Kong Bundy in a convenience store. How many Snickers bars was he buying? And what do you say to King Kong Bundy? Hey, King. But there's only one king. It's King Icky Boo. I mean, imagine that. Like, you're not.
There's many kings on the earth.
Well, that's true. We like you.
But there's only one Icky Boo.
Very good, Will. I like that. Will's
only one land of Icky Boo.
One land of Icky Boo.
Where
would Icky Boo be located if you had to choose the country of Icky Boo?
There's a couple of square feet up in Yukon, probably.
What would be the national product of Icky Boo? I like this.
It would be Jell-O.
All right. So, okay. Now, we've all played these Sims games where you try to take this little country and make it into a power. All right. So, our national product, I like this, is Jell-O. Okay.
What's the national animal?
What's the national animal?
National what?
Animal. Like
animal. Oh. Well, it's got to be the seal.
Okay. We got seals. We have seals. We have Jell-O. Okay. We can work with this. We can use the seal.
Have Jell-O anyway.
Right. We can use, they're blubber. We can use seals to bring these other people's guard down. And okay, I got it. I can. And Jell-O relaxes people. Everyone gets happy. We can strike and strike hard. We can take over the world. Okay. So we have Jell-O. We have seals. What is
the currency?
No, not yet the currency. Not yet. We need, what type of natural resources do we have? We have Jell-O, but that's a food product, sort of. What type of resources do we have?
The coca plant.
Okay, now we're talking. Now I see where we're going with this. We have seals. We have the coca plant. We have seals. Do you see where I'm going with this? We have seals. We have transportation. We're gonna make money, folks. Okay, this is good. We're gonna be like, yeah, I like it. Okay, we got to work on this a little more. Okay, I like it. What would be one more thing? What else do we need, OG?
I would think Jell-O would be the export. What would be the number one import? What does the country need?
Pretty a lot. I mean, we have Jell-O, we have coca plants, and we have seals. What do we need? We have everything. Do we have women?
Do we have women? No women there. So we need women.
Okay. We're going to bring those in. It's going to be like North to Alaska, that movie North to Alaska.
We're going north to West.
I only watched that 5 million times this month or last month because it was on over. And it's actually, you walk by. I'm like, oh, I can't believe this movie's on. Next thing you know, like I'm cleaning something in the kitchen. I'm like, north to Alaska. I'm going north to Alaska. I'm like, that song is embedded in my mind.
Blame Johnny Horton. He's the one that sang it.
Great song. Great song. I like it. And Fabian's in it, I think.
Fabian's the kid. Yep.
Fabian.
John Wayne.
What the hell is that other guy? Stuart Granger? Stuart Granger? I don't know, but kind of a funny movie. It's violent comedy, then someone dies. You're sitting there going, wow, that's kind of, I mean, you go from laughter and then it's like, then it never happens. I don't get that. Anyway. So, okay, we got seals, coca plant, Jell-O. We got to import women.
Well, to make Jell-O, you need bones because it's made of bones. So
yeah, I know that kind of ruins Jell-O. Imagine if you told little kids, Billy, do you like your Jell-O? Yes, I do. I like it a lot. You do, Billy? Yes, it's the best. Do you know what Jell-O's made out of? Sugar and spice and all things nice. Well, Billy, sort of. It's made of bones. You know, and I mean, that's what would happen if you told people what, you know, well, you like that Jell-O? Yeah. Imagine you're a kid and you're going to your lunch lady. Like, I'm surprised one of those mean old lunch ladies never said that to us. You want Jell-O? You ever hear that tale of grind your bones? Yeah. You still want Jell-O? Yeah. Do you know what Jell-O is? I just want Jell-O. Can I please have Jell-O? I ate these wax beans. You promised me Jell-O. It's the bones of an Englishman. Okay, can I still have the Jell-O though? Now they've robbed that routine from me, which I used to do all the time, right? You can see it on that stupid potpourri. It's potpourri, Billy. You can eat really you robbed my routine. So, but yeah, Jell-O, yeah, it's the bones. It's the when you mash them, it's the what's it called? The sinew, right? It's gross. It's something like that.
Marrow.
Yeah, marrow. Yeah, but everyone's like, Jell-O is good. That's like Soylent Green. Don't eat the squares. Squares. That was when Soylent Green, if I said that right, is one of the most disturbing movies ever. Charlton Heston, Edward G. Robinson. That was a 4:00 movie. So again, big 4:00 movie fan when I was a kid. Bowl of popcorn, whatever sugary drink I could have before dinner, and I'm sitting there watching. You know, and my mother would be always like, God rest her soul, she'd be like, now I'm gonna make the popcorn. You're gonna eat dinner. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not eating dinner. I got popcorn. I ain't freaking dinner. I'm just fill up on popcorn. And that, you know, so I'm sitting there going, and you're like, because it's Charlton Heston. To me, after I saw Planet of the Apes, I equated everything Charlton Heston. There's gonna be apes in it at some point. I'm waiting to watch it. And they're like, I'm watching the movie. I'm like, whatever. And they're like, do you know what this is? No. What?
Well, you kind of got an idea when they went through the big elaborate suicide scene.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we should do that 4:00 movie. That's like what I told you when they had that freaking Clint Eastwood movie, The Beguiled. The first time I see it, I'm like, this is Clint Eastwood. I'm supposed to shoot bad guys and win. No, that is like Misery before Misery.
It was.
I mean, if you ever seen The Beguiled, it's horrible. I mean, it's horrible. And I'm sitting there going, as a little kid, I'm going, just sleep with the old ugly lady, Clint. Just do it. She's gonna kill you, man. I know it. I can't. They cut his leg off. They cut off Clint Eastwood's leg. So guess where Stephen King got Misery from? I think. Yeah, nice original idea there, Stephen. Yeah, exactly.
Is The Shining a good movie?
Oh, yeah.
That's another one of those. The Shining is Jack Nicholson. No, Nicholson. Nicholas is the call. Man, that'd be funny for Jack Nichols. Right?
There's so many hidden messages in that movie.
Oh, that was, here's Johnny. And the woman who played the thin one, what the hell's her name?
Oh, she's
What's the winter one?
interesting looking lady.
What's the
Yes.
winter one?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait, because I lose my thought. I'm a squirrel, Will. You know, if you interrupt me, then poor OG's going to have to listen to me till 5 in the morning try to figure out things.
It's not poor OG. I got no problem with it.
Thank God. What the hell? Winter.
Winter
Shelley
Rider.
Winter, something else, yeah.
Shelley something, isn't it? She played.
But Shelley Winter was the older lady.
Yeah, I know. But she played Olive Oil. Remember her? The thin. Yeah, she was very. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, King.
Shelley Duvall.
That's it. Yes.
OG's in there. I'm going to let these idiots struggle for a bit, and then I'll
Come to our rescue.
come in and swoop in for the scene.
She was always a weird looking lady. I never found her
I said
attractive at all.
interesting. I said it nicely.
I didn't think she was attractive. That's one of those ones where you're like a 12-year-old and they're like, you want to see Shelley Duvall naked? You're like, no, I don't. No. You want to know where Jello's made from? No. I don't.
Do you want to know what Sonny and Green's made out of?
No, I don't. You like hot dogs, Billy? Yes. I don't want to know what those are made of either.
You ever been in a Turkish bath, Billy?
That's that. Airplane. We were talking. I forgot what chat I was in. People are doing airplane lines. I think it was Dave Little's basketball stream last night, and people are doing airplane lines. And stop calling me Shirley. I get just Leslie Nielsen, right? Is that his name? He was like a serious actor, right? That was his first comedy. Now let's see if do you remember him in the Poseidon Adventure?
Yes.
He was the captain.
He was the captain.
And he didn't.
He was also in a lot of. Well, you remember in the mid '70s they had all the disaster movies.
Yep.
Airport 77, High Rise 77. I hated those things. I hated those.
That's where they basically get the airplane. They're spoofing.
They were. Yeah, that's where the movie Airplane
There's
comes from.
actually an old movie from the 50s where every line is pretty much exact to the airplane, the movie Airplane. I forget the name of it.
Was it the one? Was it the one in? He's in this movie like the science fiction monster movie, like Planet Monster from Planet X or some crap like that. That's another classic 4:00 movie. We're waiting to watch the monster, and you sit there and you wait and you wait and you wait, and it's like you really don't. At the end, you sort of see like this electrical thing, and like I waited this long.
The creature of the id, the Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, and you're sitting there waiting and waiting. And you're like, it's killed all these people, and this is what we get. I mean, I wanted to see something a little more. It was kind of scary if you thought about it, but yeah, Airplane. So many funny lines in that. Remember the guy goes, I guess it's a bad time to quit smoking. It's a bad time to quit drinking. Bad time to do this. But
it's called 0 Hour. That was the movie it was based on. It's almost exactly 0 Hour. Just watch that, and you will see basically Airplane.
That's awesome. 0 Hour, King?
Yeah. It's from like the 50s. It's black and white movie. You will blow your mind how exact it is.
That's funny. Okay, we're going to just go a little longer. It's almost 1 in the morning. Again, if you've ever King Icky Boo the first time, we don't have a script. I just talk about stuff and we just riff. And people
just go with you, man. We just go with you.
He's already settled in. I can watch this. Do you want to come back at some point, King Icky Boo?
You betcha.
Awesome sauce. Cool. So, but the funniest, my favorite scenes in Airplane, there's a lot of them. But again, the whole thing with little Billy in the front and the woman playing
Kareem.
Yeah, and well, no, it wasn't Kareem. That was another great gag in Dave Little's chat where he goes, "I'm not Kareem. My name is blah blah blah." And you tell your father, how would he like to have Walton and blah blah blah. But
Bob Lanier.
Yeah, the scene where I never remember actresses or actors' names. The stewardess is trying to get little Billy away from the pilot because he's a pedo, right? And he's in the things that would never fly now. I mean, again, they did it to make how creepy it was funny, but do you like gladiator movies, Billy? And then, have you ever been in a Turkish bath? And then, remember this scene? Is your dog a boy dog? And the dog's like, Barbara Billingsley talking jive. That was funny.
Do you like Naked Gun?
Oh yeah.
They were good. I still like
OJ.
I liked Eric. You know what? I liked OJ as a football player, and I did.
Yes, we all watched your series with OJ.
I'm not done with it yet. People are like, oh yeah, the 2 hours of you going OJ running left forever.
Did you ever watch the OJ People versus OJ Simpson?
No,
Oh yeah,
I
heard it was good. I heard it was good, but the that's I don't want to get into that really. But the whole point was in my opinion, the prosecution foobarred that case. Whatever. I mean, the job of the defense is to get their client off. I get that. I understand that. And all you have to do is put a reasonable doubt. And they did with the jury. So, and it's amazing to me that he gets caught with some. If I got away possibly with double murder, I would have went, huh, and I would have never been seen again. I would have been like, you know what? I'm not pressing my luck. It's not like
you're moving to a different country, change your name.
Not even that. He just could have. People still liked him. People still like him today. I mean, again, I think of OJ as the football player I liked. I don't like what he probably did, most likely did. I don't know, but yeah. But that's okay. For anyone who doesn't realize about OJ, he was one of the most popular people in this country. Period. He did the commercials. Everyone knew those the running in it was the Hertz rent a car, I think it was. Yep. And he would leap over he was popular, and he played well to the audience. Now no one knew the darks, and you find out things later. I'm not condoning any of that stuff. That's awful. But I'm saying he was very popular. So I think when that murder trial comes up, there are people who didn't want, they might have knew it probably happened, but they're thinking, no, he couldn't have done that. You know what I mean? They just, and not that they're bad people, or they like the persona. Obviously, that wasn't really him. But you know what? There were probably people who met him, right? That's why there are people who were fiercely loyal to him. It wasn't just because of the money. He treated them nice. They liked him for whatever reason, and they liked him. And but the prosecution there, the whole gloves. Again, Seinfeld did a marvelous thing when they did that spoof episode with the bra thing. With the woman walking, and he crashes the car, and Kramer says, I had a golf career, and blah, 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 blah. But the whole point was they actually did the thing when they go, what do you do? That's like trying to put gloves on with gloves on. They're not going to fit. Yeah. They're not going to fit. I mean, whoever thought that up, and that just became a really weird circus. If you remember what the female prosecutor looked like in the beginning, and then as the trial went on, she was just like, whoa. Wait a second, this is someone I might ask out at 1:45 in the morning at a bar. Before it's like, yeah, no. And then like, a couple of drinks, maybe, But yeah, that's a weird. The other weird thing was what's the guy the family? That was Kardashian.
That's Rob Kardashian.
Right. And that's a bizarro family. But I'm saying he was good friend. He really thought, from what you read or you see, OJ was innocent. Okay? OJ was innocent. He's going to get his friend off on these, and
Didn't he die years later?
Yeah. He died shortly there. He didn't last much longer. He had heart attack or something. And then she married Bruce Jenner. Can we call him Bruce, or can we not call him Bruce? I don't know.
No, you're not allowed to call him Bruce anymore.
Okay. What do we? Okay, Caitlyn.
Caitlyn, yes.
Again,
because HR will tag you for that in a heartbeat.
Let me talk to Gigio. Gigio? Yeah. Yeah. What do you call Jenner? I call Caitlyn. That's one freaky person. Okay, that's enough.
Oh my God, it's so weird.
What are you on? It's a white substance, and it ain't sugar. Oh my God, Gigio.
Gigio, get off the drugs.
Get off the.
Hey,
he has issues.
I got some stuff for Gigio, but it's actually allergy medicine.
He doesn't do allergy. He has different kind of pharmaceuticals that are not. He'd like King Icky-Boo land. What?
Yes. Jello and coca plants.
You know what Jello's made out of? Don't eat it. Yeah, but if you ever told, that'd be a funny show, horrifying children. Well, maybe not, but it'd be kind of funny. Like,
I can see it being animated.
Imagine telling kids like, do you like hot dogs? Yeah. You eat hot dogs a lot? Yeah. You want to see what they're made out of? Yeah. And the next thing, I don't want to eat a hot dog. Yeah.
You do that to
Just
most
imagine.
adults, you'll get the same response.
And like, you like McDonald's cheeseburgers? Yeah. You like a Happy Meal? Yeah. You like that toy, don't you? Yeah. You want to see what a cheeseburgers look like? And it ain't.
Imagine if ballparks are like, hey kids, let me show what a hot dog
That was the word. We're gonna end soon, but the History Channel used to do. I'll never forget. Or I think it was the History Channel. I'm like, we're gonna show you what a hot dog, or maybe it wasn't. They did like the history of stuff. I don't think it was it. Whatever.
How stuff was made.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, and they're like doing this. And I'm like, oh come on, man, come. I know it's disgusting, but it tastes good. I like it. You know, it's like, ugh. I don't know why people do. And then the other thing, we're gonna end with this because it's kind of. How come we're all obsessed with when you eat? It happened just recently at work. It always happens. Someone gets something, they eat it, it tastes like shit, right? And it's a typical, try it. No, I don't want to try it. You just told me it tastes like crap. I know. I want you to share the experience. No, I don't want to share the experience. You told me it tastes like crap. Okay, it tastes good. I'm not falling for that. You just told me it tastes like, no, I'm lying to you. It tastes good. Try it. Like, no. You got the intern kid going, I'll try it. Oh, you're so I'm not.
Don't try that shit.
Funniest thing I ever seen with an intern, right? We used to call him, what the hell Captain, what the hell we call him? Brainiac, or the kid was the stupidest kid on the face. He was like a college, I graduated college, I would say. But this kid was supposed to be Wonder Boy, right? This was the kid who's I'm like, really? We've been here 5 years. You never listen to us. All of a sudden, this kid comes out of college, like, oh, he's the smartest thing from everything. I'll lead on this, and then we'll go through the. So the kid, everyone, that's all we hear about Wonder Boy, Captain Marvelous, right? He's so, and he's groomed well. I'm like, yeah, wait till he's been here 5 years. You don't give it. This is a job long time ago. Right? You don't give a crap no more, right? You're just trying to survive, and no one listens anyway. So you get there, and my friend Brian, we're sitting there, and the kid messed up a lot. And again, you try to help the kid, but he would see. The reason why we didn't let the kid was arrogant on top of it because he believed everything. They brought him in. He's like, and I'll never forget the VP. And I had gotten out of accounting. I was like in accounting, but I was in the real estate department of it. But I still heard about Wonder Boy from my friends. And they're like, yeah, soon you'll be reporting to Wonder. Like the guy's like saying he's going to be this. And so this kid's going to overstep all the people who've been here, right? So that always endears people to that person, right? We brought someone in who doesn't know shit about shit, and that's going to be the person you're reporting to. And we're like, and I'm kind of, yeah, well, you can always kill him, right? I'm just joking. So the kid, this is how stupid this kid was, right? And again, he wasn't nice. He was very arrogant because if someone's nice, you try to, even if you just help them, they're nice, and then whatever. So accountant, they always like things in binders, always mind-boggling to me. I have an accounting degree and everything. I don't want shit in a binder. I want to flip through it, find it, put it away. No, it's got to be in a binder. So we have these in binders like this thick. So imagine this, multiply it by 5 million. Okay, it's like this, right? So and I go over, I'm getting a cup of coffee, right? I look over, my friend Brian's sitting there looking because the copier machine, we were on the fourth floor, sorry. And the coffee, like the little break, not a break room, but you can get coffee and whatever. There's like a refrigerator. You go and get stuff if you're hungry, or they let you drink coffee at your desk and stuff. And if they could have wired you up on other things, they would have, because they always wanted you to alert. So we go over there and I'm like, what are you giggling at? And he's like, this kid's such a dumbass. I'm like, yeah, we know that. He goes, come here, Al, right? He's got like one of these thick binders, right? Like this thick. So again, multiply this by 500 million, right? This thick. And he's at the copier. I'm like, you don't think that kid's effing stupid enough that he's going to actually try to close the thing, right? He goes, no, he's pretty stupid, Al. Watch and witness stupidity at its most magnificent. So and you hear the, he broke the copier glass. And I'm like, fucking Wonder Boy. Way to go, man. This is the guy who's going to teach us stuff. Yeah, they got rid of him. It was just so funny. And you just heard the crowd. Brian just went, and he just started laughing. He goes, yeah, that's Wonder Boy. That's the guy. Because the kid would mess up his the projects, and it was the other people bailing him. he'd go to them and they'd fix it. But yeah, that's Wonder Boy. Anyway, that's my Wonder Boy story. No one liked it. I did. It was funny to me reliving the stupid.
No, that's a great story. That's really funny.
Well, you just want to come back on. You like everything I do. That's why you come back on.
I just like you, Al.
Just don't say you're my number one fan because that would be frightening.
That's Bobby Cantillano, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Good point, Will. Guys, never let Bobby hit me with a sledgehammer in the ankles, please. Ever.
Don't.
Okay. All right. It was a lot of fun. We had Will from W Vogs. Check out that great channel. We had King Icky Poo. And you know what? He's a regular now. He's going to be back at some point when he can make it. We're going to have a lot of fun with again, we have a little rotating thing. We always usually have Devin, the OG, and Uncle Ron. And we try to rotate a few other people in and out. And sometimes we have more than 4 of us, but 4 works well. And we'll do some things during the week. And usually during the week, do you want to do it during the week once in a while too, OG? I don't bother you because I'm like, you probably
I got nothing going on. I mean, okay. I've said this before. I'm a living caretaker, so I don't go in. I have no life.
Yeah. Anyway,
so I'm always around.
That's why I was like, I didn't want to bother you. I was like,
dude, it's not a bother. Trust me. I get lonely.
I get lonely too. You know what happens when I get lonely? Never mind.
You start a new project that you never finish. That's what happens.
Oh, that's funny. Shit. See now okay, quick. Okay. King Icky Boo. And see, Will does card collecting, so I don't know if he'll fall into the whole project. Now I have projects beyond projects beyond projects. Like I have things going through my head, like about what I want to do to the channel, and that's really funny because I have to get this. It's not like we're employed, that this is what we do for a business. But I'm sitting there going, I did, because everything's drilled into you since even when I was a kid working, helping my dad out. You finish this and you got to do this, and like when I have projects upon. What is a project that you started, King Icky Boo, that at some point, now maybe you complete all your projects. I bet you're that type of guy. Is there a project that you've started and you're like, I'll get back to that? You want to get back to it, but something else pops in your head. Great job, Devin, to make me stay on another half hour. That's a
squirrel.
Well, my 1980s project, I'm going to finish that thing.
Yeah, tell us, this isn't, he's doing the whole 1980s. Are you using just one sim engine or multiple? I think he's using
just one. Just using Skeetersoft MP3.
MP3, okay.
I play, so it's like 2,100 games a year, so times 10, that's 21,000 games, all manual without autoplay.
Yeah, there's no autoplay.
And then writing each game up on the Delphi forums. I report on every game. And then, so at the end of the 10 years, then all the champions will get together and we're going to see who's the best of the 80s and who's the worst of the 80s. So I'm gonna finish this thing. That's my goal. I do 6 games a day, and so
he's Ahab, and that's his white whale, and he will finish it.
Yes.
And King Icky Boo has a wonderful channel, and thank you for bringing. I'm not gonna go on him because we got to get. It's always one. You guys have been on great. You've been a lot of fun. We've been on. I don't want to keep you any longer but that is a great question, Devin, because I have projects I do offline and I want to put them online. And once in a while I go, wow, I'm playing this because it's kind of fun. And I get lucky that the game plays out well once, nothing worse than you're like, oh yeah, it's a great project. You sit there and go, it's now 72-1 and no one's watching anymore. But I already started this recording and going live. And that's when you bring out GGO the die. It's like, I'm high. Yeah, quiet. Yes, that is a fun project. That one there. You've talked about that before. You've shown a few games of that one on your channel.
Yeah.
So mine is I have 3 going, and I'm like I gotta finish these things. I have my O.J. Simpson, which is almost done. I have my Bob Gibson and Denny McLean challenge, which I actually like a lot. But then I think of different strat matchups, like one, like just one game I want to play, and I want to do that. And I have my heavyweight tournament, which is fun, but. I do a lot of research on those. I watch old fights just to refresh my memory on the way certain fighters fight and stuff like that. But that's a lot of fun. So that's a great question. How about you, Devin? What project have you not? See, Devin completes all of his projects.
No, I don't. No, I don't. There are so many projects.
Sea lion thingy.
See, right there.
Right there.
my Stellaris playthrough, my Assassin's Creed playthrough, my second season playthroughs. I mean, it's amazing I get anything done at all. So
Devin and I are very much alike. But he had the hypothetical invasion of England. I like that.
I'm still playing it. I play it offline once every week or two. I'll get a couple turns in, but
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right, folks. All right, here we go. I don't even know. Let's just see how many people left in the chat. We're -14. How the hell?
Oh my God!
No, we got 7 people watch. I agree. Moni G shows up. A lovely, as she puts it, ginger. Don't make Moni G. We got to have you on at some point, whenever. So I like to thank everyone who's in the chat. Greatly appreciate it. Check out all the content creators. Subscribe. We're gonna go to Will first, then King, and then OG. So Will, thank you very much for coming. Poor Will thinks I forget about him, right? Because he thinks like, I love having you on, Will. And you're getting better with the camera. You didn't make me seasick this time. So
I just feel bad. I interrupt you all the time.
No, I don't worry about that. Please, I'm the captain. I'm the king of interruptions. Poor King going, does he ever shut up? He just goes on and on and on.
No, that's how I feel about my friends. I'm like, God damn.
No, you're too fine. So again, you have check out. I wanted to put that in the chat.
The card show recap. It came out like 8 hours ago.
Yep.
It was great. It's a great video. I highly recommend it.
Because you got some good stuff there.
Do you want me to show an example real quick?
Yeah. And I gotta
This is probably the best card I got.
So, and he has some really cool cards. Again, that's Will from Will Vogs. It's a card
part of his jersey.
Oh, let me go back and look at that. Let me see that. I was trying to get the. You know what? I'll just tweet it out. I'm gonna tweet it out because I can't. I don't want to put the thing down. That's really cool.
Yep.
Who is that? What? The
His
Texans.
name is DeAndre Hopkins.
Texans, right? Texans.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Moni G's in. She'll join us one of these weeks. Maybe next week.
Okay, so what were you saying, Al?
I'm gonna just tweet. Because I'm horrible. So I apologize. Next time I'll have it set. So.
Yeah, you're good.
So thank you very much, Will. And remember, check out W Vogs in Cincinnati. Just leave out in Cincinnati. I just always tack on things. Did you guys see me sing that first night I did all by myself? And people are like, what the hell? It was fun. I like singing. I'm horrible at it. And if you sing the lyrics wrong, they can't whammy you because it's your own. So anyway, thank you very much, Will. Now we go to the one, the only, the ruler of Icky-Boo land, King Icky-Boo, where we have Jello, we have seals, we have the coca plant, and soon to be visiting Gigio. I'll be there with the monkey. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed our little. It's different. I felt bad when I was like,
yes.
I originally told him, I go, yeah, we'll just do me and you and maybe Devin and Uncle, and we'll talk sports sims. And I'm like, but he has a good sense of humor. I could tell, and I was good. I didn't have to. See, I don't have to do certain things. If you watch his videos, and I highly recommend King Icky-Boo, he's funny, man, and he's doing the games, and maybe it's because we do the same sports sim, the same community. It's just fun, and he'll say things. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could talk to him right now because that's really a funny joke. It's a very dry, sensitive, but it's funny. It's funny. Just like when he told the story about how he came up with the name. Yeah, I'm writing a paper, I'm making up stuff, and I put it in the paper and I got an A. I don't know how. I like that. That's cool. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you're going to come back at some point. So again, tell us about your channel again. And
it's a hodgepodge gobbledygook, bunch of 5-6 different things going on. I'm doing some Inside Blitz 2005 season. The thing is, I can't do little projects. I have to do these big, massive things that'll take forever. I don't know why.
He does a project. I'm not going to have the years right. I want to say it's 38 and 68. Maybe I do have the years right. Maybe I do. Or is
30 and 68.
38 and 68 or 30 and 68?
30.
30, okay.
30.
And it's just really he takes, say, like the Red Sox from 1930 and the Red Sox from 68, and he plays a 7-game series. But he plays it on different sim engines. Okay? And then he has these rules. You have to you can only use a pitcher for so long, then you must switch to. It's just really cool concept. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes you sit there and you go, that's an interesting result. I'll tell you what it's very similar to. OG did the battle of, I can't pronounce the name, that's what I call it, the battle I can't pronounce. Hagavana. But he did it. I'm being funny because I really can't pronounce the name, but the concept is incredible. He played that battle, I want to say, was it 3 different cement? 3 different
yeah. The study of Abu Aguila, that was three different engines at 3 different scales.
Yeah. And it was very interesting to me. I watched all of it. I was captivated because it was interesting to see how it played out. Okay. That's when I started seeing King Ikibu do the 1930 against 1968, and then he does it out in different sim engines. I'm like, this is cool. You just get to see the way the results. And again, this is all make believe. I don't know if you guys get stuff in your chats. You probably do, where you get that person going, well, that would never happen. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's your opinion. That's fine, right? It's fake. Do you get it? I'm doing a what if thing. So, and again, whatever. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but that is fabulous, King Ikibu. I love it. You did another.
Is there a reason
you did? Hold on a second. You did another video where you were telling about, I think it was ASG games. Where you were just talking about games you liked, and there was jazz music. I'm positive it was you. And there's like jazz music in the back, like this really. And I pictured you like sipping on something like
cognac.
And you just went through and this is a beautiful. And I was like, marvelous stuff. I love your channel. Can you tell? But I will not hit your ankles with a sledgehammer because it's not right. Won't do that.
Is there a reason you do 1930 and 1968? Is it?
Well, 1930 was the ultimate offensive year. I mean, 1,200 runs in a year a team got, and but 1968 was the opposite. It was extreme pitching year.
You're the pitcher.
So if you put those 2 engines together, what do you get? I'm finding that the 68 is dominating. Like, they're not dominating the games, like the score, the victories, but they're dominating low-scoring games for some reason. I don't know why.
That's so cool. I love that.
It's a great concept. Moni G says, dry martini, perhaps. Yeah, I can see him doing a dry martini. King Ikibu's a dry martini.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred. All right. So you got the Inside Blitz. You have your baseball projects. What's a sport that you want to do? You've done hockey. I've seen hockey.
Yeah.
Did you do basketball? Basketball. I didn't see you do basketball.
I want to do more replay basketball. I love that game, but I never put it on my channel. There's games I love that I never put on there.
That's funny.
So someday I'll do a replay basketball.
The baseball game is very interesting to me, but I still don't. There's a lot of dice rolling, as Ron Juck and I have discussed. There's a lot of dice rolling, even with the PC. Yeah. And you actually
more in basketball than baseball.
Yeah, I can believe it. And you've actually done anyone sim curling. People make a joke about that. There's a game. Unfortunately, it's a VR game, virtual reality on Steam, because I almost bought it. I'm like, curling. It's on my channel. I did whatchamacallit, chariot racing. And me and D. Scott were the only people to watch that. D. Scott, I'd be like, my mom, when I was taking care of my mom, I'd be up for different kind of hours, and she'd be asleep and stuff like that. And I'd be really quiet. And I'm doing these chariot just because for ha-has to make me laugh, right? Get my mind off stuff. And D. Scott Howard, he lives on the West Coast. He pop in, he goes, another chariot race, Al? I go, yep, me, you, a dog named Blue, and this chariot race game that no one wants. It was just fun. And I'm horrible at it. My guy always got made into Jello. But it's kind of fun. She mentions curling. If I could find a curling game, I'd play it. I love curling. Listen, you throw a thing, it slides. These guys are on ice with shoes. They should fall down. They don't somehow. And then there's this it's fun. I would watch curling on ESPN 15. I would watch curling.
Surprisingly, it's interesting television. I don't know why. I can tune in and veg out, just like you guys with golf, I think.
Curling is one of those sports I can watch at the Olympics for sure.
I was just going to say that. I watch it. I'm sitting there going, I can't believe, and I don't know what the terminology is, so I'm going to make it. I can't believe that Googly got in, and I'm using a terminology for
Google.
I
It's
just
like
can't.
the ultimate turn-based strategy game.
Yes.
I forgot to ask Icky. One last question is, what is the main sport of Icky Boo Land?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, it's got to be hockey, I guess. It's up north. It's
No.
instilled as religion in my country.
Yes. Now, see now, okay, before we leave King Icky Boo and go to Devin, favorite baseball team?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I'm a Cub fan.
Yeah, okay. Hockey team. Islanders. Okay.
Since 1975.
Billy Smith, who played on
the greatest hockey player of all time.
He played for the Springfield, Massachusetts, then Kings. They won a Calder Cup in the AHL.
He was with the Kings. He came up with the Kings.
That's right. And quick story on that was they used to be called the Indians. But then I think Jack Kent Cook.
Yeah, Jack Kent Cook.
Owned the Lakers, owned the Kings. He bought the Springfield then Indians from Eddie Shore. Turned them into. They actually went from these.
Don Cherry was on that team.
Yeah, and they went to the Lakers colors, right? And they won a Calder Cup. And then Eddie Shore bought when he didn't want to do it, Eddie Shore bought it back from him. But that's fun. Billy Smith he played in. They won one Calder Cup. Okay, football.
Giants.
Okay, cut him off right now. I'm just kidding. Basketball.
I always like the Pistons.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Love the Bad Boys.
Yeah,
I like them before the Bad Boys.
Yeah, Kelly Tripucka before the Bad Boys.
Oh yes, Kelly Tripucka, Kent Benson.
Yep,
and Phil Lampier has always been my favorite player.
Excellent. So Cubs baseball, Islanders hockey, Pistons basketball,
Giants
and football. See, I already blacked. My brother's a Giants fan too.
And Michigan, University of Michigan.
Oh my God, this is awesome. Do you see where we're going with this, OG? OG's already smiling. It's going to be great. We're going to have Chris from Stratomatic Delaware and Doggone and ID Gesture.
Yes, now, Ohio State.
Yes, but now we have countered Ohio State with Michigan, the home of Tom Brady. Well, college of Tom Brady. I don't.
Home of Tom
and he couldn't even start with Michigan.
No,
he was a backup.
Yeah. How stupid were they? Anyway, I thank you for being on, my friend. We look forward to having you on many more times. Also, Will Vog, thank you. And now to the one, the only, the incredible, the absolutely stupendous, marvelous, stupendous, the original Grugnar, Devin, the OG.
Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. And yes, HR is checking the comments. So if you've got a complaint, HR will. They may not get back to you, but HR is listening. So.
Oh, you'll hear from them.
Yes, we will. And on that, I'd like to say thank you to everyone in the chat. We already did our shout outs. And again, if you're a content creator, please tell us, please join the FOC. The FOC is Friends of the Community. Now, we also have an FOC Friends of the Channel because originally that's what it was, and we set up our wrestling things. I have to make more wrestlers, and we have fun with that. But it's Friends of the Community. Moni G says she's a Spartan fan and a Tigers and Lions fan. God bless our good friend Moni G. God bless everyone in the chat. If you celebrate Palm Sunday, happy Palm Sunday, as I celebrate Palm Sunday. Health and happiness till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Make sure to sub the Friends of the Community. They will sub back. Join our large community. We help one another. We all grow together. You know what's coming, folks. You know what's coming, folks. You know what's coming. Peace!